you're going to drop the wine.
Yeah, I thought I was, to be completely honest.
You might drop.
That would not have been good.
Looking at the bench, we're struggling for. Not just looking at bench, we're looking at the lineup itself. Quite a few players that are now in the team that weren't even at the club when we played the match. Exactly. Yeah. There's going to be a huge difference.
Yeah, that's their dress room, innit? So it's directly below us. Yeah, no, we didn't have that many Wednesday. It was about 400. But yeah, I reckon we've got 6 or 7 today.
So we came across the last Saturday. Again, in the two halves, you get quite excellent. You like to win today. They don't want games to go out. Yeah, it is. Every game is a game of class. It is. Yeah, literally. Those go to 25 in the fourth. Sorry for it. Obviously, Gosport as well, losing their managers to Taunton in the week. That's a very bizarre turnaround. Yeah, Gosport's fault. I know there's improvement of money flying around. Big office and that, so it's a one-off to do the same job and more money. It's kind of full-time contract. Why not? Yeah, you would take it, of course you would. But then, the new managers.
Yeah, I know, there's loads of games being postponed.
Let's hope this bounce doesn't come today or Tuesday when we play Gosport on Tuesday night.
Taunton playing purple, don't they? Did Taunton play purple?
But they'll probably change it up a bit today, so I'm not sure what they're in sky blue.
Oh,
so
okay,
like sky blue top
yeah.
and then purple shorts.
They already know that they're listening.
That's going to be a nightmare, especially under the lights later on.
Oh, yeah.
But mind you, the good news is we've got these boys down the end.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's the helpful bit.
So let's play this, try and get everyone to listen to myself and John here.
That's worked out really well, I reckon. The players are out and it's ramping up.
What we need to do is we need to queue them up so that's what we can want.
Well, when they start walking out of it.
It is a shame. It would have been nice to see them. It would have been. But the sun is out here. It's not here this afternoon.
Like we've got 2 out of 3 officials. Yeah, so that's my cue, and they're going to start walking out. Right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome onto the pitch your 2 teams, Taunton Town and your very own Gosport Borough.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Gosport Radio. My name is James McIntosh and the 2 teams are just coming out as Gosport will be hosting Taunton Town. I'll run you through the visitors lineup. Starting in goal is Joshua Good, 2 Eddie Jones, 4 Nicholas Grimes, 7 Tom Parrington, 8 and their captain Thomas Smith, 11 Jacob Hodgson, 12 Alfie Molden, 13 Jake Rice Lefferby, 14 Jack Matthews, 15 Jaden Nilsson and 18 Joshua Bennett. And your Gosport lineup today sees Adam Parks starting goal, 2 Harry Kavanagh, 17 Harry Lee, so he is back in the starting 11 today, 4 Finley Walsh-Smith, 5 Joey Morrison, 19 Dutchy Hollins, who is also now taking charge of the club following the recent revelation that Pat and Joe would be departing the club, 7 Bradley Tarbuck, 8 Ashley Yearwood, 9 Dan Wooden, 10 Samuel Fanian, and 11 Alfie Stanley. So the 2 sides are just doing their warm-ups in front of me. Looks like it's a sunny day here at the AI Stadium. It is flooded with fans though today. Joined beside me is the usual Jeremy Fox. Jeremy Fox, I mean, what a last week we've had involving Gosport. I don't think anyone could have foreseen Pat and Joe leaving the club.
No, good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, listeners. Yeah, it's been something of a week, hasn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's one word for it. Wednesday was just the most unpredictable day recently. I don't know quite where to begin, but yeah, it's been a tough week indeed. So we're going to I'll come back to that because I just need to do a little bit on that.
Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about it quite a bit in this broadcast, as it is huge news. The former head coaches of Gosport, Pat Srirachi and Joe Lee, leaving to join Paul Town, and that has meant Mark Summerhill will be taking the reins today. No Rory Williams, he's obviously ill. Dutchy Hollins, he's back in the starting 11 today, so we have a new trio of management. I spoke to Mark earlier. There's a few, currently the chairman, he's looking at a few different approaches of how to do it. But Jeremy, I suppose bringing in Mark and obviously Dutchy, we've got a wealth of experience in this club.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mark Summerhill's been around the game of football for 30 years. He's at Petersfield and other teams before that, and he's worked with Pat and Joe, so he has in effect taught them a lot of what they know and vice versa. There's been a lot of crossover, and obviously you've only got to look at the likes of Danny Hollins, the experience he has, the career he's had. He's a coach outside of for his day job as well. And Rory, well, who needs to know about Rory that we don't already know about Rory? He's a Gosport Borough legend, an icon, and probably one of the most experienced players in the club right now. So it's the best possible partnership that we can go with, and I think it has the potential to go very, very well. But this is game 2. Game 1 went really well in the end on Wednesday, and Bracknell was a great game to watch. And here we are now.
Well, we are going to be kicking off, and ironically, it is actually one of our new managers, Dutchy Hollins. So he's obviously going to be doing a player-manager role, but he's going to be kicking us off here at the AI Stadium. The referee's just looking at his watch, and we are now underway at the AI Stadium. And Jeremy, you just alluded to that impressive 4-3 victory against Bracknell. I mean, to be honest, I thought it showed great character from the boys, especially with the bombshell released that morning.
I can tell you that Wednesday's performance was entirely about character. I thought they were a little bit scatty in the first 8 minutes, and Bracknell took advantage and took an early lead. But the second half performance, James, was something to savour and something to remember. They really did play well. They came back from behind twice and then took the game away from Bracknell in the second half. And even Bracknell's third goal towards the end didn't really make too much of an impact on the game. It was already all over by that point. But here are Taunton already, though. Look out.
Yes, they're number 13 who was on the attack there. Joe Morrison having to come backpedaling and getting the ball, passing it into Harry Kavanagh. He passes it back into Tarbark. And Gosport, I suppose, having that bombshell dropped onto you could have been very easy for heads to drop. But against Bracknell, it was clear that there was a lot of fight still left in this team.
Yeah, it wasn't all good. I mean, the first half was a bit disjointed. There was a lot of disarray, which you would expect, because from my perspective, while the game's in its early stages, I first got wind of something going on about 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning. The sort of what I call the hive mind, if you like, in the part of the football club was ramping up. You were hearing things, people were texting you, and then the first I heard officially was an email from the chairman mid-morning saying that Pat and Joe had gone. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. And then once it went public at 1 o'clock, I was at work. My phone did not stop, and my bosses were left very unimpressed, I can tell you. But they know my role here, and they know that sometimes I've just got to give a bit of time to that. And that was one of those times. But yeah, it was a tough day. It's been a tough week. But I think we can start to settle down from it now.
Yeah, definitely. And Taunton, they're coming down the left-hand channel at the moment. It's their number 15, Jaden Nilsson, coming down. So he passes back into Tom Smith. Smith, renowned for that ginger mullet and ginger moustache as well. Going to be trying to get an interview with him after the game, but slowly turning into a little bit of a non-league icon. As Taunton, they got possession in their light blue shirts, passing it around in the centre, just on the halfway line. But Jeremy, returning back to Pat and Joe, I think the most confusing part is they could have very easily left on Wednesday, had their final game against Bracknell, and given the players almost a statement on why they're leaving. But it was just so shell-shocked and almost like they didn't care, I suppose.
I'm never going to say that because I don't think that's true with those two. I will say that the timing had a lot to be desired and left a lot to be desired. The timing was awful. However, I'm not going to sit here and criticise.
Taunton back on the attack. They've won the ball inside the box. It's Molden with the ball, going for a shot, and it's in the back of the net. It's their number 13, Jack Rice-Lefferby, who opened to score and early on here at the AI Stadium. Great start for Taunton, but for Gosport, it's not a good start at all.
Yeah. You know what happened last time. Jordan take the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the goal of the afternoon goes to Taunton after 3 minutes. The score number 13, Jack Rice.
Well, Jeremy, I suppose there's a lot of inspiration considering we did go down very early against Bracknell, and even in this fixture when we won 5-1. So all hope is definitely not lost yet.
No, I mean, you only played 2.5, 3 minutes of the game here, but But yeah, it's not the best start for us at all. We were caught fast asleep. Yeah, and also the problem you've got as well is that Taunton won the toss and they forced us to play in the centre of the sun, the setting sun in the first half, which is a bit of an ask. But okay, so as regular listeners will know, James is tweeting, so I'll take over for the moment. So Gosport restart. They have just fallen behind. And they've got to get back into it as they did against Bracknell on Wednesday. They went a goal down after 8 minutes that night and managed to win the game. They also, of course, trailed Taunton in the first half of that FA Trophy meeting back in September even, and went on to win that one by 5-1. And don't forget, here's Ashley Yearwood as Gosport do try and respond immediately. He slips it out to Kavanagh on the right, that was the intended target, but Fannion cut it short. Ball slipped through to Fannion. Can he get the better of it? Will it be a corner? Yes, it is. Little bit of a touch there from the Taunton defender. Brad Tarbuck's gone over to the right-hand side to take the corner. James is still doing his thing, so I'll talk you through this phase of play. So Gosport have an immediate chance. The sunlight is going to cause them some issues because the players in the box waiting for the corner might not see the ball in the setting sun, which is straight into their eyes, as we can see. Here it comes, an in-swinger, and it's headed almost not away yet. Smith just trying to nod it back in. Taunton trying to get it away, and Alfie Malden's just trying to get the ball away for Taunton, and they're just trying. And they've been caught here. And Dan Woodham slits the ball to Fannion. That was a poor pass allowing Gosport a second bite of the cherry. Now James will back.
Ashley Yearwood brushing a pass across into Harry Kavanagh in this right-hand channel. He's got Bradley Tarbuck making a run, but he goes for Dan Woodham inside the box. Dan Woodham nods it down, but the final touch did come off of the Gosport veteran there. I think he's the captain today by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, went out of play there. And yeah, once again though, Gosport, I suppose one of the weirdest substitutes and changes I've seen in this lineup is bringing off Henry Spalding. I thought he played excellent against Bracknell, and in the last 2 games, I've said it to him, he looks like a non-league Iniesta.
Yeah, and I think he's getting better with every game. So you are going to have to rotate because there's no Charlie Wassmer today, which suggests to me that he's either injured or suspended. And I would suggest it's probably a suspension without the confirmation. But I didn't hear of him being injured, so I would have heard if he'd been injured. So it's probably a 1-match ban. But I'll ask Craig, our secretary, to confirm. But they've changed the formation as a consequence, James, and that's why they've done what they've done.
Ashley Yearwood coming down this left-hand channel, left of the penalty box. He's up against number 11, Alfie Malden, and Ashley just couldn't get the better of Malden there. Good defending from the right back as it sees it go out for a goal kick. And Jeremy, you alluded to this new formation, and it's made way for a lot of new players coming in the lineup today, one being Harry Lee, who has recently confirmed he will be staying until the end of the season now.
That's right. I did get told this after the game on Wednesday that he's extended his loan to the end of the season, which is good.
Oh, just a risky pass there from Josh Good.
That's why I stopped.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting it, to be completely honest. But Taunton, they've eventually cleared the way from the danger zone. Josh Good, almost with a risky pass. And I'm not sure if you remember that Taunton game, but it was very similar to what Adam Parks did in that. Passing the poor pass, which Dan Woodham intercepted and placed it in the back of the net.
Speaking of Parks, all he's doing is covering his eyes because that's the sun is straight in his eyes there.
And I suppose it would have had a big contributor to the first goal. You could see Adam Parks and Alfie Stanley, they were trying to do their defending duties and just hardly can see anything.
I don't think it helps, certainly, but you can't excuse some of the defending for that goal, I'm afraid. The finish was well taken by Rice, but the build-up is a lot down to Gosport not being awake.
Harry Kavanagh with a throw-in, trying to pick out Dan Woodham, but it has been cleared away by Taunton, and currently a head duel there between Dutchy Hollins and their number 13, who's causing a lot of pressure early on, Rice. But eventually it has been cleared by Parks. It's going to be right in the middle of the park there by Tom Smith. You can't really mistake him for anyone else on the pitch, shall we say. It's Joe Morrison hacks the ball forward and once again headed forward by their number 11, Smith. And Taunton, they're back on the attack as they're coming down this right-hand channel. They've got blue bodies flooding forward. Ashley Yearwood and Bradley Tarbuck both trying to apply heavy pressure there into Perrington, still coming down this right-hand channel as he passes back. And Taunton, they're looking dangerous coming down this right-hand channel. A good flurry of passes before eventually it's gone back into Grimes on the halfway line. And Taunton just looking for a few options. Gosport trying to win it back. Harry Lee's chasing down a ball just by the left corner flag as he hacks it out of play. So it's going to be a throw in the deep area here for Taunton. A lot of Gosport players slowly flurrying back. So far, every Gosport player is inside their own half. But returning back to the Southern League, there's a lot of games currently going on. Obviously, some of them have fell short due to postponement. Icy pitches. I know Hampton and Waterloo, they have their game postponed. I'll try and catch you up to date with all the Summer League and maybe even some of the FA Cup games. While they're taking their throw in, I'll look at that. Basingstoke, they've kicked off against Winchester. That is goalless. Obviously, Taunton 1, Gosport 0 here at the AI Stadium. 8 minutes played. Merthyr Town 0, Dorchester 0. Plymouth Parkway 0, Swindon Supermarine 0, and Wimborne 0, Marlow 0. With all the other games in the Southern Premier League being postponed, and Gosport coolly defending that corner. Joe Morrison hacking it out. Gosport might be able to counter it. Alfie Stanley slashes the ball forward, trying to pick out Dan Wooden, but well read by the Taunton defenders. He passes it straight into Harry Kavanagh. Kavanagh can't escape the danger, but a ricochet pass has gone back to Finley Bullsmith. Taunton once again winning it back through their number 12, Alfie Moulded. Good passing between Taunton actually, and it's their number 7 who's going to go for a shot, and it's just wide. You can see a little bit of a knuckleball there going on, Jeremy. But Taunton, they don't look afraid to have a shot from anywhere on the pitch.
Why should they? You know, that's Tom Purrington with the effort. It was always going away from goal, but it wasn't that far off. Gosport have got to just try and compose themselves. They've got a goal down early. They're showing good signs of coming back. I actually have to hand it to Taunton. That was an absolute masterstroke of them when they won the toss to turn the teams around and put Gosport into the sun, because it is causing issues out there, and it will for the whole of the first half, because by the start of the second half it'll be virtually dark, so it won't be an issue any longer. But certainly at the moment, it really is.
Just being smart, I suppose, from Taunton.
It was smart. It was clever gameplay. Yeah.
And maybe even did contribute to the first goal with Adam Parks
you can
not
never
being able
rule
to
it
see.
Out, but I'm not going to look past the poor defending. No, I'm not going to let them off that easy.
The truth but harsh words there from Jeremy Fox, our president, as Bradley Tarbuck. He's got a free kick midway inside this Taunton half. It's the number 7 whips in a ball. It's going to find the head of Joe Morrison, who heads forward. Dan wouldn't get on the end of it. He can, but the flag has gone off for offside or foul. I'm not sure. Oh, so offside there, we can confirm. Dan wouldn't be in the man offside.
Assistants holding the flag like
that. So it's going to be Josh Good taking this goal kick now as a result. And Josh Good, I suppose Josh Good and Adam Parks, so were both involved with that transfer saga in the summer, wasn't it? Involving Ryan Gosney. Adam Parks, we were just speaking to the Taunton commentators. They weren't really too keen on the goalkeeper, but I think since joining Gosport, yes, he's done a few mistakes, but overall, he's looked like a solid signing so far.
I think he's done well, and he just needed people to give him the benefit of the doubt, because as soon as he turned up, some of our supporters were straight on him saying, he's no good, he's unreliable. All right, you saw him have a poor game once, but that doesn't mean you're going to be bad every week. And yes, he's had a couple of flamboyant moments since he's been with us, and that's what Taunton said he was like.
Nielsen bringing down the ball. He's going to go for a shot. And speaking of Adam Parks, he had to get down low there to make that save. It's going to be parried away by Harry Kavanagh, who tries to clear it with the last touch coming from Molden there, which goes out for a Gosport throw-in. We were just talking about Adam Parks and a good save there. Had to get down low.
Yeah, there you go. He didn't have more than a split second to react to that, and he got down and beat it away. But yeah, I mean, all right, he's had a few flamboyant moments for us, James, but he has also had some very, very good games.
And Taunton, they're still applying very heavy pressure. Gosport defending pretty well so far as Harry Kavanagh, he lifts the ball in, trying to pick out Alfie Stanley. The Gosport man hasn't really got too much into the game yet, as Harry Kavanagh just is pinballing between the two teams involving headers. The latest touch going out for a Taunton throw-in. I'd say 25 yards away from this Gosport goal. It's going to be taken in this left-hand channel by number 18, which is Bennett. As Bennett, he's got a lot of options, slowly arriving near the box. So you do have to wonder, is this going to be a long throw taken? And is this one of his unique skills? Do vaguely remember Taunton having a good long thrower. So it is going to be Bennett taking this throw in as he launches a rocket into this Gosport box, headed away by Bradley Tarbuck. And on the volley, it's Nielsen trying to get across his volley. It falls nicely for Bennett, back into Nielsen. Nielsen loops in the ball. Dutchy Hollins can't get ahead to it, but it has gone out thanks to Harry Lee clearing it. And Ashley Yearwood on the far side, chasing it down, making sure Tom Smith couldn't get on the end of it. And Harry Smith with a good turn there, losing possession and passing it back into Joe Morrison. And Joe Morrison just stumbling there, nearly losing possession. Taunton think they should have got a corner, and I think there could be, good appeals there. I thought it came off for Joe Morrison there.
Yeah, I actually think the referee hasn't got that one quite right. That came off Morrison for me. Should have been a corner to Taunton. But the question is, what was he playing at? He had time just to get rid of that. But I love Joe to bits. He's a strong
He's- yeah.
defender, but he was caught in two minds there. He'll be disappointed with that, I think, but he did get away with it.
Well, I'm not sure if you watched the Aston Villa West Ham game last night. There was a very controversial decision. Should have gone out for a corner. I think that was leading to that Aston Villa first goal, which Onana scored from. But yeah, that caused a lot of controversy, and I'm pretty sure, weirdly enough, you hear a lot of Premier League fans complain about VAR, but at this level, I mean, you do kind of want it sometimes.
I wouldn't want it.
Would you
I'll
not
tell
at
now,
all?
I would not want VAR. Don't even get me started on it. Do not.
Really? Yeah. I mean,
I honestly believe that, yes, there should be some sort of technology, but let's just watch this.
I was going to say it. By the looks of it, Gosport's coming down the left. It's Harry Lee leading that line as he cuts inside, trying to get a pass across. Does well enough to win Gosport a corner there. The young Gosport man, only 18 years old, so a few months, I would want to say, older than me. Doing well so far to win Gosport a corner early on there. It's going to be Bradley Tarbuck taking this corner. A shift of corner takers. Obviously, Harry Kavanagh normally the corner taker.
Yes, but I'm also trying something a little different today because Cav normally takes from the left. But let's see.
Well, let's see what Gosport can do from it. They scored from a corner last week, so can they do it the same today? So Bradley Tarbuck whips in a ball. It's a high-flying ball. It might just find the head of Finley Walsh-Smith, but well punched away by Josh Good there. It's going to be chased down by Finley Walsh-Smith, who keeps it in Gosport possession, passing it back into Kavanagh, and Kavanagh on the outside of the boot passes it into Fanahan. Fanahan looking to get across the post, and that is a very hard-hit cross, and he will be very disappointed in that, Jeremy.
Yeah, he will be. I can see what you're trying to do. I see the idea he had in his mind, but the cross was sadly overhit. And that's unfortunately brought an end to that particular opportunity. But AO missed the game on Wednesday due to the one match ban because he was sent off against Havant, as you'll remember. But it's good to see him back in the side.
Yeah, definitely. Also adds a lot, on that right-hand channel and allows for a little bit of diversity across the attacking unit rather than being all left-hand sided with Asher Yearwood coming down the left. So at least you do get that diverse range of attacks. It's Tom Smith on the halfway line. Does well to thread a pass through into the left back, which is Jones coming down this left-hand channel. Brushes a ball forward and Bryce Lefferby doing well to pass it back into Malden. Malden in the centre of the park, passing it around into Hodgkinson. Now Tom Smith, the striker, dropping back very far and losing Gosport the ball there. Dan Wooden makes the most of it, but the referee calls back for that decision. Ian McKennis, our chairman, isn't happy, along with a lot of fans in the stands. And I think the referee could have quite easily let play on there. It was soft.
It's funny how the players were sort of half-hearted. They're always looking over their shoulders, waiting for that, though. Yeah, but never mind. You know, it's come and it's gone, James, and we move on.
And Josh Good, he's got the ball inside his own D. Alfie Stanley looking to pounce, but just still, I would say, good 10 yards separating before Dan Wooden's going to chase him down. And Josh Good passes it into his left back, Jones. Jones looks up. He's going to pass it back into his goalkeeper, Good there. And Taunton, I mean, they've had a good start since coming down from the Vanarama National League South. You would obviously expect them to be aiming for that playoff spot today. And does that make it such a huge game today? Gosport and Taunton both chasing down a very rare spot for a playoff visit.
I think it's an interesting game. Yeah, definitely. I mean, both teams are in the hunt, but then so are half a dozen other sides. If you look, I actually looked at the league table on Thursday morning after we beat Bracknell, and the first thing that struck me, James, is how tight the whole division is.
Yeah.
You've got the top four, but below that, it is just a pack. You know, we're only, 6 or 7 off the playoffs, but we're only 6 or 7 off the relegation zone. A few bad results and you're down there, a few good results and you're up there. So it's so tight. But then I think that sums up what I've been saying all season, that this division is so competitive and anyone can beat anyone.
Well, hopefully we can beat Taunton today. We beat them 5-1 in the FA Trophy. They did take the lead, and Gosport coming down the right-hand channel. It's Harry Kavanagh whipping in a ball. Can it find Dan Wooden at the far post? It can't. So it's a heavy touch from Dan Wooden. Sees it just slowly fizzle towards the left side of the penalty box. Dan Wooden passes it back into Dutchy Hollins. 20 yards away from goal now as he passes back into Joe Morrison. And Gosport going to have to play it out from the back. But it was a great cross there from Harry Kavanagh. Just a little heavy hit there from Dan Wooden. Hard to control those balls.
It was a difficult one for him to control because it was almost past him. So he had to sort of try and pull the ball down from the air.
But Bradley Tarbuck, he's just lost possession there poorly into Perrington. Perrington did look to counter, but in the end, Gosport got bodies back quickly, and Perrington had to pass back into Jones on the far side. Asher Yearwood doing well to win the throw-in on the far side. Yearwood, he's got a lot of options surrounding him, one being Tarbuck. Harry Lee's also running towards them. And Yearwood, in the end, passes back into Dutchy Hollins. But once again, a little bit careless there from Tarbuck, but showing exactly what Taunton can do, countering quite easily.
Yeah, and they will do. 17 minutes played, Taunton 1-0 up if you just joined us. But yeah, Taunton are a good counter-attacking side, as we've seen, and Gosport can be caught, as we've seen. I've just had a non-footballing thought, James. Doesn't the spinnaker look really nice in the sunlight today?
Actually, it does.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It just absolutely looks really, really amazing. And don't worry, listeners, there's nothing going on out there just at the minute.
I think that just sums up the game so far.
It's just that few seconds of the game, you know.
Yeah, got to admire the other things. Look out at the bus as well.
That's just the bus. Yeah, we won't.
I still think that's an iconic mark. Probably more
or an
iconic
elephant
here.
in the room.
Exactly.
White elephant.
Well, going back to the game, I suppose, Downwood chasing down Josh Good. It's Josh Good. He is on the ball inside his own box at the moment. Ashley Yearwood also chasing him down. But in the end, Josh Good decides to go long, trying to pick out a pass into Perrington. But Joe Morrison heads forward into Avrili. But yeah, so you said, at least it has slowly warmed up here at the AI Stadium and in Gosport. Not really a frosty pitch, but so many games getting postponed. Quite lucky, really. We have got a good pitch and good volunteers here.
I think there's that, but let's watch this attack first, and I'll come back to that.
Well, Tarbuck is leading that line as he brushes a pass across into Ashley Yearwood. Now Harry Lee in that left-back position with his blue boots striding down the left wing, and you can see that pace as he is eventually tripped there by Jones. It does look like it was fouled just on the edge of the box, and Jones is going to be in the referee's book now for the rest of the game, following that yellow card booked to him. A much needed sliding challenge there, though, from Jones to stop Harry Lee. Otherwise, he would have got goal bound and could have very easily whipped in a ball. But a good challenge and took one for the team there.
Yeah, he had to. Just while they're setting up the free kick, I'm just going to say that I think the fact that we're positioned close to the sea helps with the temperature, and it means it wasn't quite as cold here as it would have been elsewhere. Anyway, back to you.
Well, by the looks of it, I can't work out if that's Tarbuck on that free kick or not. Once again, the pillar is very annoying. I can see Samuel Fanian, he's just on the edge of the box.
Because Cav's back here, Cavan is here. So Brad Tarbuck.
So it's going to be Tarbuck looping in a ball, and it is quite literally on the edge of the box. As Tarbuck goes for a goal, and it's well blazed over. And that was poor there from Tarbuck. You can understand the reasoning going for a shot, but that was a crossing opportunity.
Slightly optimistic, I would suggest. But no, I think it was slightly optimistic of Brad there, James. But he was entitled to have a go for it, by all means. But was it the best option? No, probably not.
I think he thought too much of David Beckham there, replicating the number 7. Obviously, that's Bradley Tarbuck's number. Played with Havant and Waterlooville before coming to Gosport, helped the club get promotion to the National League. And Josh Goody's given a poor pass away there. It looked like it was going to go into Samuel Fanian, but the Gosport attacker let it go out for a throw. And just beside Mark Summerhill's dugout, it's Bradley Tarbuck. He's got the ball, passing it into Kavanagh. Kavanagh looping in a ball. Narrowly evades the head of Dan Wood, and now Alfie Stanley, he's trying to chase it down, doing well enough to win Gosport. A deep throw-in, around 5 yards away from the right corner flag. It's going to be Kavanagh taking this throw-in, so he passes into Fanian. Fanian back into Kavanagh. Kavanagh looks up, he passes to Tarbuck. Tarbuck flicking it back, and it's worked its way onto Ashley Yearwood, just outside the D. Now Harry Lee. Lee's been very lively so far within the first 21 minutes here at the AI Stadium. Still Taunton 1, Gosport 0. But Gosport, they are on the attack as Alfie Stanley lit to play a through ball into not Ayo Fanian, sorry. And Ayo Fanian just couldn't read the ball there. And now Taunton have a good chance to clear it as it's Molden there, looping the ball forward. And it's going to be well read there by number 13, Mice Lefferby, the goal scorer for Taunton on the 3rd minute, I want to say, here at the AI Stadium. But other than that one concrete chance, it's been pretty balanced this game so far.
Yeah, and I think both teams are settling into it, although Taunton just trying to find a way through there. But I have to, again, hand it to Taunton, a bit of a masterful gameplay to make Gosport play into the low sun in the first half. But yeah, apart from the goal, I think it's been pretty even, to be fair.
And Finley Walsh-Smith, he's on the ball now with his pink boots as he's coming forward, passing it into Harry Kavanagh, just outside of the Taunton technical area, and loops a lovely through ball into Alfie Stanley as Alfie Stanley chops in front of Matthews there. Narrowly evades the ball there by losing it into Greaves, the captain of Taunton. But it's gone back into Gosport possession from the clearance. Harry Lee on the ball just outside the centre circle. So he plays it through into Ashley Yearwood. Ashley Yearwood swirling past Taunton players. Doing well enough to pass it to Bradley Tarbuck. Now Finn Moore-Smith, he's coming down the right. Still Harry Kavanagh is calling for that ball, but it is now being marked. But good, I was going to say, good vision there from Finley Moore-Smith. But the timing of Harry Kavanagh's run just didn't match up with the pass there. And the flag just went up pretty quickly there. And Jeremy, I mean, you can see what Finley Moore-Smith, he was trying to link it up with Harry Kavanagh. Good run by Harry Kavanagh, just timed a little bit too early.
He just got the timing wrong, unfortunately, and made it easy for the assistant referee on that side. But Yeah, we've sort of we're almost halfway. In fact, we are exactly halfway in this first half, and Taunton with that still leading from that by that goal to nil. And Gosport far from out of it, but you would hope that they would have one of their strong second half displays to fall back on. So.
And it was Hutchinson there just getting on the end of good goal kick. Gosport immediately winning back possession, and the defence today looks really resolute and quite strong, always winning back their plays. And I think it was Finley Walsh-Smith there playing the ball into Alfie Stanley. Alfie Stanley knocked to the floor there by Tom Smith. And Dutchy Hollins belted with a ball there. I'm sure that one would have hurt. You can feel that from the press box. Yeah.
We were just saying the same.
Well, they say great minds think alike. Clearly, with the Taunton commentators.
Sometimes, yeah. But, yes, our Taunton colleagues finding that similarly amusing. But, there you go.
Oh, Bradley Tarbuck's going for a shot from distance, 25 yards out. Don't know what he's been told by Mark Summerhill. Maybe shoot from distance, because that's 2 ambitious shots now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love an ambitious shot. I think we haven't seen enough of it this season. But there's optimistic, and then there's that blazing it over the bar.
I would just make this observation. Brad, the rugby ground's a mile down the road.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment there.
But no, jokes aside, I think shoot on sight can work. It can be a good strategy if a team's unprepared for it, because one of them might just go in. But
exactly.
I think the danger with it is if you sort of put one too many over the bar, it then starts to get in your head.
Oh, actually, Yearwood might have lined up a shot from distance there, but instead passes it into Fanian. Fanian flicks it back into Kavanagh. Kavanagh back into Fanian. Fanian slots it in the bottom left corner. A fantastic save there from Josh Good. He had to get down low to his right there to get a fingertip save to the shot there. Brilliant work from Harry Kavanagh and Neo Fanian there, Jeremy.
Good move from Gosport, that, and that's what I'd like to see more of, and a good save from Josh Gold there. Really had to get down quickly to keep that out, but if he'd have got that wrong at all, that would have been one apiece. Now, James is tweeting, so you're back with me. Finley Walsh-Smith, who's behind a lot of these moves, gets Kavanagh into play, have just about kept it in play, but in so doing lost the ball to Taunton. Now, Taunton have got the possession back. Then Finley Walsh-Smith mops up and is fouled. Referee says no foul. So Walsh-Smith is back on his feet, and now there is a foul there. There is a foul there. A.O. Fanian, that was a bit heavy-handed from him. It's his first game back after suspension for his sending off on Boxing Day, and he does that on Alfie Molden. So, A.O., we love you, mate, but just keep it in check, because that was a little bit heavy-handed, to be fair. It doesn't look like he is going to get a yellow for it. Taunton were appealing for a yellow, but referee thought better of it. But I think, what that does signify is that AO just needs to just calm it down just a little bit, I think. James is still tweeting. So Taunton had the free kick. Fanian just lingering and lurking, which he's not really supposed to do. Now he's walking away. The free kick is on the left-hand side to be taken by Molden in front of his own dugout, but not the best free kick in the world. He was trying to slide the ball straight in front, 10 yards, hoping for a runner, but all it succeeded in doing was going to his former goalkeeper and colleague, Adam Parks, and Gosport recycle and go again. And they're down the left-hand side. Lee, who just flicks the ball through, looking for the run of Yearwood, who was over there, but the move breaks down and the ball now with the opposite goalkeeper, Josh Gold.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, 2 good chances there. Gosport probably having the better one, forcing a good save there from Good, and Taunton there now coming down the right-hand channel. It's Molden having the ball at the moment by the looks of it, looking to cut inside of Harry Lee, doing well to get a pass cross into Perrington. Perrington can't bring it down as it's being chased down by Bradley Tarbuck. Now Gosport once again may be able to counter as Harry Kavanagh loops in a ball. Once again, you can see what he was doing, trying to thread it through the Taunton right back and centre back there, trying to get it across into Samuel Fanian, but Fanian just couldn't latch onto that and read the pass there.
Yeah, the pass was overhit, unfortunately. What Cav was doing, he travelled well with the ball for about 20-30 yards, then wanted to go direct, go quick, get Gosport moving and try and counter-attack with pace. Unfortunately, the pass wasn't the best.
I'll give Gosport credit, though. It's more off the ball work, which looks impressive so far within the first half an hour. They're making spaces, so there's allowing that gap in between the 2 centre-backs, and that's where they're choosing to pass it through. And this is something surely they've been working on in the training grounds.
Yeah, there's lots of positives out there this afternoon for Bury. Yes, they're a goal down, but there's lots of positives. positives. They're not playing badly. I think the final third could be a tad sharper, but I think there's lots to like out there, especially Finn Walsh-Smith, who missed on Wednesday, but he's played really well for me so far.
Yeah, definitely, and being such an important part of Gosport's season so far. Despite only being a young defender, he looks so cool and calm and a very consistent defender, and he's going to have to be consistent so far. As Harry Kavanagh just chasing down Molden there, who looked like he might have been able to bring it down, but it's eventually gone out of play thanks to Adam Parks there, just ushering it out of play, making sure Rice Lefferby, the goal scorer, can get any touch or any diversion there. So he's going to be taking this goal kick. And looking at some of the other scores in the Southern Premier League, I wonder if there has been any goals so far.
That's a bit out of date,
I was
isn't it?
going to say, very out of date, that one. In the Southern Premier League, it's Basingstoke 0, Winchester 0. Merthyr, they're goalless against Dorchester. Plymouth Parkway, they have taken a goal lead over Swindon Supermarine in that one. Half an hour played there. And Marlow, they're 1-0 up against Wimborne. 26 minutes played there. And all the other games being postponed. It's a shame, really. He had some good games in the Southern Premier League. Shirling versus Walton and Hersham. That's a game that stands out
and
there.
I think a lot of eyes would be on Bullpit Lane and Joe and Pat's debuts as Paul's manager, but they'll have to wait another few days for that. But yes, the weather's done its worst overnight, and Gosport getting penalised there. Wooden, bit of a shove there from the Gosport captain, and there was no way on earth he was getting away with that.
Just looked like a little bit of frustration there from Dan Wooden, pushing Perrington to the pool. And as a result, Taunton have a free kick just, I'd say, 15 yards away as he passes back into Perrington. Perrington outside the technical area, passing it back into Smith. And also, I have noticed Smith, despite being a striker, he seems to be playing a more centre-mid role today against Gosport.
Yeah, I'll have to ask our Taunton colleagues about him, because I seem to remember in the trophy he was further up the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
But I tell you what, he's a good little player. Unique with his hairstyle, easily spotted, but a very, very good, classy player, I would suggest. And if he wasn't playing, I think Taunton would really miss him.
Well, it's just some outstanding goals that he has scored in the past. And going back to his iconic look, I'm pretty sure Taunton, they now sell a wig. So basically, it's a ginger mullet fans can buy. I'm trying to look around the stadium to see if I can see any ginger mullets.
But it's probably a tad too cold.
Yeah, I was going to say. To be fair, that might warm them up, though, a little mullet. Well, Gosport back on the ball, though, inside their own half. It's Harry Kavanagh. He's got hold of possession. Samuel Fanian making a run in front of him and goes for that option. Samuel Fanian turning Molden, but eventually losing possession there. And good defending there before eventually Grimes clears that out. It's going to fall to the body of Harry Lee there, who brings it down nicely. Thought he was going to shoulder it down at first, but in the end, a good first touch allows him to keep it. And Harry Lee passing it pretty coolly there with Joe Morrison and linking up this left-hand channel with the defence and midfield. Something we have been missing at times this season as Finley Smith brushes the ball forward, finds Dan Wooden, who's had to come a little bit further back just to ensure Gosport can keep it under control here. As Harry Kavanagh, he's coming down the right-hand channel, surrounded by blue bodies. And now Bradley Tarbach, he's got the ball 40 yards away from goal, passing it into Dan Wooden. And Ashley Yearwood loops in a ball. It can't be volleyed by Brad Tarbach. It's a crucial deflection now, I want to say, there from Nielsen, who got in the way of the shot.
Okay.
But good play there from Gosport.
Right, I'm not sure about
I don't think it went out for a corner, no. And the Taunton players definitely not happy with that. Well, as you can hear, just everyone's a little bit shocked in the stands and the press box particularly. Everyone thought it went out for a goal kick. Has gone out for a corner and it's been nodded just wide of goal. It was Dutchy Hollins with a glancing header. Everyone's got their hands on their head there because they know Dutchy Hollins was just an inch away, I would say, from netting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, there. I think I can only assume the referee was unsighted because so everybody in the ground.
Yes,
I think
that one did go.
This time is a little more obvious, but I think the last one, because everybody just absolutely nonplussed. For me, Brad Tarbach sort of couldn't make contact and it ricocheted off. Goal kick, surely, but not to worry. We move on. And Gosport have another corner now, and we'll see.
Well, it's going to be taken by Bradley Tarbach as he loops to going towards the near post. It's been nodded back by Ashley Yearwood, and it's gone out for another Gosport corner. The third in the last minute. Shouldn't have even started with one, but we'll definitely take another one.
The keeper punched that away. I think it caught him by surprise, James, to be honest. The floodlights have come on. The sun is going down now. So here we go again.
It's been taken short into Ashley Yearwood. Ashley Yearwood looking to whip in a ball. He can't get past Tom Smith, and well shielded there by Perrington as it looks to be cleared. Samuel Fanian winning back possession, and Harry Kavanagh's got hold of the ball 25 yards out. So he looks to go for a low-driven pass. A heavy touch there from Joe Morrison sees him lose it. And now a pace battle between Rice Lefferby and Bradley Tarbuck. Bradley Tarbuck winning the ball there. The referee's not happy, and he has plucked out a yellow card there for Nielsen, following the push there from Bradley Tarbuck in the back there. Once again, another soft issue.
Yeah, I think the momentum, the two players came together, momentum took him down. Referee's given the free kick and issued the yellow card. But I think the momentum took him, but no foul.
Well, once again, Tarbuck definitely did win that pace battle. So as a result, Gosport do have a free kick. I'd say once again, pretty much midway inside Taunton's half. Bradley Tarbuck's going to look to loop this ball in. Can it find a Gosport player? Finds the head of Dutchy Hollins, who nods back, and it can't find Alfie Stanley as it was flicked over at the back post there from Matthews. And Gosport really starting to just edge the fire on this Taunton back line now.
Yeah,
really starting to just push loads of shots forward.
Good spell of pressure this James. Gosport teasing the short corner again, but I don't think they're going to do it this time. But yeah, they're putting good pressure on the visitors now, and they need to. And hopefully the Peacocks will make a mistake to Gosport's benefit, but we'll see.
It's going to be Bradley Tarbuck once again taking this corner. Samuel Fanan's in the box. Yearwood's in the box. Let's see who he goes for. As Tarbuck whips in the ball once again in towards the near post. It can't find Ashley Yearwood as it has been cleared. On the rebound, it's going to find Harry Kavanagh as he pushes the pass forward into Tarbuck. Tarbuck is to loop in the ball. It's going to find Dutchy Hollins, who does well to keep it in play. It's been nodded away there by Tom Smith, but it's going to be controlled by Ashley Yearwood, and just slipping at the vital moment there, sees his shot parried over the crossbar. You could see what Yearwood was doing there, but just slippery surface meant it was hard to execute that shot there.
It was a difficult chance anyway, because the ball was coming from height at an awkward angle for him to control. So he just tried to hook it, didn't he? And it was, if he'd got that on target, it would have been an absolute miracle. But to be fair, Ashley's a player with lots of ideas, and when they come off, they're amazing.
Well, as seen through a few of his wonder goals this season, one being that free kick against Hungerford, and who remembers that rocket against Winchester, I think it was, because what a goal that was.
Winchester?
Was it Winchester? I can't remember.
No, you're thinking of
Sholing. It was Sholing, 4-1 win, yeah. But either way, fantastic goal. And Finneywell Smith, it was just a little bit risky. He had Rice Lefferby putting heavy pressure on the fullback, but in the end, Finneywell Smith passed it back into Parks, and now the ball is being duelled in the centre of the field before eventually Nielsen looped in a ball. Morrison losing possession, and now Rice Lefferby making the most of it as he's coming down the left-hand channel. Joe Morrison does well, just denying the corner and passing it out for a throw-in. Once again, risky defending there.
Yeah, he made amends though. It was a bit of a mistake. You see the ball he got the ball caught between his feet there, and it allowed Taunton another sniff. But he did deal with it adequately enough just to buy Gosport some time. Now here comes the 50-50 for the day.
And it's going to be once again another long throw in here from Bennett, their number 18. So many Taunton players inside this Gosport box now. Alan Parks, the former Taunton goalkeeper, is going to have to be careful. I would imagine he's probably defended a lot of these throws in the past. As the throw-in has come in, it's found the head of Dutchy Hollins, and now it's gone into Samuel Fanau. Samuel Fanau back into Kavanagh, and Kavanagh smashes it forward. And Alfie Stanley's going to chase it down, but in the end goes to Matthews, who smashes it forward. Rice Lefferby is going to chase it down, but resolute there from Adam Parks coming out, collecting the ball as he bowls it out into Finney Wall-Smith just outside the box. Now Harry Kavanagh outside the technical director box. That is Taunton's box, by the way. As Bradley Tarbuck, he's got the ball outside of the centre circle, brushing a pass across into Ashley Yearwood, just on the left-hand channell. He's got Harry Lee making an oval run in front of him, chooses that option, and Harry Lee has the ball, and he passes it into Dan Wooden, and Dan Wooden just gets in front of Josh Good there, passing it out. The referee has not given a corner, and once again, I think that might be the wrong decision. It's Dan Wooden. He's furious with the referee. Once again, I thought that was a corner.
I must admit that was. I'd say the ref's having an interesting one this afternoon. That is, again, I don't get that. But, yeah, it's a shame really, because I loathe criticising match officials, but that was glaring, and so was the one a couple earlier on.
I was going to say, it's almost like he's read the wrong rules from the FA book.
No, you just didn't see it, honestly.
Oh, Sammy Fanans won the ball just beside the right corner flag and doing well, cutting inside and moulding. He looked to just get on the edge of the box, progression forward as he passes a through ball into Kavanagh. Kavanagh putting it across the face of goal. And Ashley Yearwood went for a shot, and that is a vital just putting his body in front of the line there. Matthews getting in front of the ball, denying that shot there. And Finney Smith, he's won back the ball on the halfway line. Good opportunity there from Gosport. And once again, a delicious ball there from Harry Kavanagh, playing it across the face of goal. And Jeremy, we've seen it a few times now. And all these balls, they're causing problems for Taunton.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of sustained Gosport pressure, and in between those spells, Taunton are breaking out and causing problems of their own. But what I'm seeing is the chances that are really coming off are coming from this young man here, Finney Smith. His distribution is fantastic.
Tarbuck, he's passing it back into the former Pompey man, Harry Kavanagh. Kavanagh up against Rice Lefty, who has dropped back. He did whip in a ball. He couldn't find the head of Samuel Fanian, and instead has gone back into Hodgkinson, I want to say, on the far side. Once again, the pesky pillar is in the way at the moment. It's probably the worst place when they play it, just on the left side of the edge of the box. But either way, scrolled all the way back into Joe Morrison, back inside his own half.
Thanks,
Morrison with his long dreadlocks looking to try and pass it across into Finney Smith. And judging what Jeremy did just say there, Finney Smith, he has carved a lot of the attacks so far early on as he passes it into Dutchy Hollins. And two of the Taunton attackers are applying pretty heavy pressure here. Hodgkinson applying pressure onto Parks. Parks gives it away into Rice Lefferby. And Rice Lefferby just muddled his feet there. Couldn't get across a quick snap shot there. And I think that is exactly what needed there in order to beat Parks. But very similar to what Parks did when he was playing for Taunton against Gosport. Poor pass.
Yeah, well, we've seen both sides of Adam. He can be an outstanding goalkeeper, and then he'll play a flamboyant pass like that and put his team into trouble. Because chatting to a few of the Taunton fans and officials before the game, they said much the same. Now the referee's having a word with Kavanagh here. Now we know that Cav can be a little bit sort of not hot-headed, but he can just lose his discipline ever so slightly. So just a word in the ear. But Gosport got some defending to do here, James.
Yeah, it's going to be Molden taking this free kick 20 yards away from goal. It's going to be a one-man wall in front of him, that being Samuel Fanian. As Molden looks up, he's going to whip it a deep ball in. He's going to find the head of Joe Morrison as it evades Taunton number 11 Hodgkinson. And the referee has given it for a corner. Joe Morrison's not happy. And once again, this referee, he's been calling all the wrong decisions so far.
Literally, James, myself and our Taunton colleagues have both said that should be a goal kick and it's a corner.
Well, it evaded pretty much every player. Yeah. I don't know what this referee has seen. Definitely needs Paul's glasses within the press box, because I think this referee is watching a totally different game. And watch Taunton score from here. It will be very similar to that Aston Villa West Ham game yesterday, with Onana scoring from it. We've had a few people saying they won't score from it, but let's just watch Taunton here as the ball has been whipped in once again towards the near post, and it's been glanced over by Perrington there. I was going to say, probably has gone that for another corner. You've got to laugh sometimes at it.
Yeah, these officials are.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely questionable, Jeremy, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a little bit disconcerting because some of these decisions are so obvious, but we're not the people out. We're not the man out there in wearing the black shirt. So there you go. But anyway, we've got 4 minutes till the break while James is tweeting. Gosport Borough 0, Taunton Town 1. That goal in the 3rd minute from Rice. And Gosport are still trying to get back into it, as they have been ever since. But Taunton now just trying to catch Gosport on the break. This is Nilsson. Nilsson just getting the ball upfield. But there's a foul there. I think it was a foul from Finney Smith on the goal scorer. But again, the referee says no. But for me, I just said that was a foul, and the referee has said no. But but anyway, I'll just try and get on with it because Gosport play on. Gosport play on, having been given a bit of a let off there, but Yearwood trying to step the ball, lacking quality into the final third there from Asher Yearwood, and that'll run harmlessly out for the goal kick.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think anyone really can believe in this press box what is going on.
Well, our Taunton colleagues are saying it. I'm not.
Oh, what are they going to do? Fire me up saying it. Rubbish.
Well, at least they're honest. Honesty is the best policy sometimes.
So I'm imagining that both teams will. No, he's up. He's fine. So the game will continue. So we've got about 2.5 minutes left of the 45. Taunton still lead here, James.
Well, what have you made of the first half so far then? Been
I
pretty
think
balanced.
it's been good, actually. I think Taunton took the lead. Gosport have played well, trying to come back. Taunton trying to, when they come forward, do cause issues. So I think it's been lively.
Yeah, I'll have to agree
But
with you
again,
on that
here,
one.
look at this. At least they're laughing about it. I mean, Rice was fouled there, but there's smiles all round. The referee's correctly given the free kick to Taunton here. Yeah. There's a battle going on out there, without a doubt.
It's enjoyable to witness, though. Sometimes you lack that intensity in the Southern League, but definitely not showcasing it to be here. So there's been a lot of duels, as it's going to be, by the looks of it, Malden taking this free kick, Malden whipping in a ball, and it finds the head of Harry Kavanagh, who just headers it away from the danger zone. Jones whips it back in, and Joe Morrison going pretty heavily there into Taunton by the looks of it. The Taunton man on the floor at the moment, not happy. The referee calling for it, just played to be stopped for a short period.
Yeah.
He's holding his
slightly
ankle.
more serious.
I think it was more the fact Joe Morrison, when trying to go in for that header there, just stood on his foot. And
I
it can be
don't think that
painful,
helped.
right?
Now there is no. It's just Morrison made contact.
It's like
nothing malicious,
accidental. Yeah, definitely.
And there was a handshake there, so the game will restart with nothing more doing. But we are into the 45th minute now, James, and we're waiting to see how much time's added on. I reckon we're looking at about 2 to 3.
Well, Adam Parks dropping the kick, and it's gone very far, not narrowly evading Dan Wood in there, as before eventually Malden heads it out of play. It's going to be a Gosport throw in just outside of the Gosport box. So Harry Kavanagh looks up, he passes it back to Finley Will-Smith. Still a few jokes going on with the referee. Joe Morrison's got hold of the possession inside his own half, looking to come forward, and maybe Gosport might just be able to find a late goal. 44 minutes of normal time have been played here. Still Taunton 1, Gosport 0, but Gosport, the home side, are on the attack as Asher Yearwood, he's coming down the left, passing it into Dutchy Hollins. And Dutchy Hollins flicking a ball and might just find Asher Yearwood. Yearwood is chasing it down, but good work there from Tom Smith there, holding off the attacker, making sure he can get on the end of it. And now Taunton, they're on the attack here, as it's number 15 by the looks of it who passes it across. Hodgkinson goes tripped, and the referee has blown up for a foul just on the edge of the centre circle inside Taunton's half, and the referee will get a yellow card plucked into Dutchy Hollins. Hollins won't be too happy with that one, but once again a little bit too aggressive there on Hodgson.
Yeah, Danny Hollins has gone in the book for Borough there, and frustration creeping in out there. They can't really let that happen. I know that's easier said than done, but they've just got to keep their heads. You know, the longer this goes at 1-0, the harder it's going to be stay composed.
And the ball has found Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson looks to chip it over Parks a little bit too high there, but had a golden opportunity. Just needed to keep it down there.
Yeah, I mean, I could see what he was trying to do. I think that was the right decision. The keeper was off his line. But we're into the first minute stoppage time. We haven't seen anything of a board yet to tell us how much has been added on. Haven't seen it yet, boys. Haven't seen it yet. And that's it.
Oh, that is half time. I was not expecting that.
Let's do-
We didn't see any minutes of added time. So it has finished here at the AEI Stadium. Taunton 1, Gosport 0. The goal did come from Rice Lefferby on the 3rd minute of the game, coolly slotting under Adam Parks in goal. So it is 1-0. We'll return back for second half coverage. But Taunton 1, Gosport 0 at half time. Hello and welcome back to second half commentary where Gosport are taking on Taunton Town. Taunton, they did lead in the first half, a goal courtesy of 13 Jack Rice-Leatherby, Corley sliding it under Adam Parks to give the visitors a one-goal advantage. But other than that, it's been a pretty balanced start to the first half. Gosport will be looking for at least a goal maybe to get back into this game. Who knows, maybe even try and go for the 3 points. Definitely based upon our last appearance against Brackmore, we did come from behind. Last time we did play Taunton, we did come from behind to win 5-1. I'm not sure that's going to be the same scoreline today, but you can only hope so. It's going to be Taunton kicking off this half, and while the teams are just trying to prepare who's kicking off, I'll run you through some of the Summer League scores that did finish at half-time. Basingstoke, they do lead 1-0 at half-time, 1-0 against Winchester, that is. Gosport obviously trailing to Taunton. Merthyr, they're goalless against Dorchester. We could probably do with Merthyr taking some points today against Dorchester. Dorchester, one of the teams currently battling for a playoff spot. Plymouth Parkway, they're 1 goal up against Swindon Supermarine. And Wimborne, they did pull a late goal back against Marlow, so it's 1 apiece there. And in the FA Cup earlier kickoffs today, Birmingham defeated Lincoln 2-1. We're back underway here at the AI Stadium. Bristol City, they're out of the FA Cup to Premier League Wolves. Middlesbrough, they lost today 1-0 against Blackburn. Liverpool, they won 4-0 against Acton Stanley. And Leicester, they finished their game against QPR 6-2. Leicester, they needed a redemption with Ruben van Nistelrooy as their manager, so they definitely got that today. Bournemouth, they're 3-1 up against West Brom, and the other game that has just kicked off in the second half, Brentford, they're goalless against Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth obviously close to the bottom in the championship, shall we say. But once again, we're going to return all our focus back to the game here at the AI Stadium with Taunton currently leading the 0-0. Sasha Yearwood on the ball. He's got Harry Lee on the overlap. Will you go for that option or will you go alone? Ashley Yearwood just slowly progressing towards the edge of the box. Hodgkinson was in front of him, forcing Yearwood to pass back into Hollands. Now back into Harry Lee. Harry Lee looks up, trying to get past the 3 Taunton players in front of him, struggling to get past Jones, but does well. Eventually using his brute force to get it back and passing it back into Dutchy Hollands. And the ball has gone back inside Gosport's own half. And Jeremy, what did you make of the first half? I did just say it was pretty balanced, and I think that is a good word to sum it up.
Yeah, I think you have summed it up, James, to be fair.
Samuel Fanyan's got the ball just right at the penalty box, looking to get past number 15, which is Nielsen, winning Gosport a corner.
Yeah, I think you summed it up quite nicely there. Gosport will be looking to strike back quite quickly. The earlier they get themselves back into it, in their opinion, the better. And I think that's the way it has to be.
Well, let's see what Gosport can do from this corner. They have just won. It's going to be Tarbuck. So it is a change of corner takers so far within this game. As Tarbuck looks up, will he drill one in towards the near post? He does, narrowly evading the head of Dutchy Hollands at the near post. Samuel Fanan did eventually get on the end of it, but he's now fighting for the ball against Molden. Molden coming out successful there, as it was a foul there from Samuel Fanan. No yellow cards are going to be produced. Not really that harsh of a foul, but one the referee needed to instantly blow up with. You could see it was a clear foul, and one which Josh Good will now take. But Taunton so far, like we said, there's only been that one clear-cut chance, and Gosport definitely have a great chance to get back into it as it stands.
Well, we've got a whole 45 minutes of football left. No panic at this point. Taunton, I think, do deserve to be ahead, but Gosport slightly wasteful. They've had a lot of pressure which they haven't sort of managed to convert. But what they must avoid now is any lethargy in the first sort of 5 minutes of this half and go a second one down. So otherwise, that I can see that being a big ask of them. But they've got a little bit of defensive work to do here.
Yeah, they have got a throw in Taunton deep inside this Gosport half. It's going to be Bennett taking this throw in once again. We've seen it within the first half. He's definitely got a long throw in. Can it cause any damage here? Loads of Taunton players are inside Gosport's box.
He's right. Yeah, here he goes.
And once again, it's another rocket of a throw in. Dutchy Hollands can't get on the head on it. Hodgkinson can, but in the end, didn't really matter as it has been cleared away by Gosport and has now gone out of play on the halfway line. And something I have only just picked up on, Jeremy, is that it looks like under-18s manager, Zach Sharp, he's almost acting as an assistant manager to Mark Summerhill.
Yes, I spoke to Zach before the game, and in Rory's absence, they felt it was better to have 2 of them down there. Obviously, Rory's not here, and Danny's out on the pitch, so he is helping Mark off the pitch. And let's not forget that Zach actually coaches the under-18s, so he is a coach. has got the knowledge, and why not?
Well, Taunton playing good football there. There are appeals for Finley Ball-Smith handball. Looks as though it would rather hit the arm rather than the hand. So play has gone on as Harry Kavanagh strolling down this right-hand channel. He's got Bradley Tarbuck running towards him, but opts to pass back into Finley Ball-Smith. Now back into Joe Morrison, just outside of the centre circle. Joe Morrison with his long dreadlocks looks up, passing it into Finley Ball-Smith. Now back into Harry Kavanagh, just over the halfway line as Kavanagh plays a pass into Tarbuck. Gosport moving with a bit more urgency now. It's Tarbuck outside of the centre circle, inside their half, passing the ball into Harry Lee, quite far up the pitch. Harry Lee winning Gosport a throw-in, I would want to say, but the referee has blown up for a Taunton throw-in. And at this point, I think Asher Yu is just getting a little bit frustrated, as once again, it's another odd call from the referee. We saw it 2 or 3 big calls in the first half where the referee did give it to the opposition rather than giving it to us. I mean, once again, another weird appeal.
It just leaves me scratching my head, James. Honestly, it's obvious stuff. Anyway,
well, Gosport, Dan Wooden just flicking it back into Alfie Stanley. It did look like Alfie Stanley had a good chance at goal there, but Grimes, the Taunton captain, getting in front of the ball. And the referee has now given the throw in the right way. Ashley Yewood's going to be taking it, passing it into number 17, Harry Lee. As Harry Lee passes back into Joe Morrison. Yeah, at least there's been a few appeals going the right way in this game. As Harry Lee's got the ball on the halfway line, looking to try and pass the ball past Molden. It's gone out for a throw in which Harry Lee will take just outside the Gosport dugouts. Tarbuck running towards him, but instead passes it into Ashley Yearwood, back into Harry Lee. And Harry Lee playing a great pass there, back into Ashley Yearwood, escaping the 2 Taunton players in front of him. Now Ashley Yearwood switches it into Harry Kavanagh on the far side. Kavanagh with a lot of space, passing it into Finley Ball-Smith, and now back into Joe Morrison. Gosport playing it quite nicely out from the back, trying to turn this possession into a goal. Had a lot of the possession in the first half, and I suppose it is just now changing it into the goal, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm just watching. They're slowing it down. And I was just watching. Gosport are slowing the game down a little bit here. They're keeping the ball, but they've been rather direct in the first half, but now you're seeing more of a keep ball style. So, I think they've got, as long as there's some end product to it, I don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was Finley Smith there with a chip ball. It found the legs of Nielsen there, as he did look to counter. In the end, ran into trouble, and now it's gone all the way back into Josh Good inside his own box. Dan Wooden applying quite heavy pressure there, but the goalkeeper doing just well enough to pass it into Jones on the far side. A lot of Gosport bodies now inside Taunton's half, so applying heavy pressure as Tom Smith passes it back into Jones there, doing well. And now Taunton, just a few key passes is all it takes for them to just look so serious when going forward. As now it's Molden on the ball, trying to thread it through into Hodgkinson. And Harry Lee once again winning the ball, and with that pace striding forward, overhit pass there into Dan Wooden. But once again, I have to say, I've been so impressed with Harry Lee within the first half, and the start of the second half just looks like a bag of energy.
He's playing well, and again, that illustrates my point there. It was a really good move up until the final pass, which was a little bit lacking, but Gosport need to add, how many times have we said it this season? They need to add that end product to what they're doing. Because the quality's there, the build-up's fantastic, but let's just try and take it to the final third, boys.
I think it's more the fact, in the past few games, we have had shots on target, and like I said, it did come down to that idea of being ruthless, but we really haven't tested good so far, other than a few shots being blazed over the crossbar.
Well, he had one save to make in the first half, didn't he, Gould? But, other than that, no, not really.
And Parrington, he's won the ball midway inside his half, trying to thread a ball into Rice Lefferby, the goal scorer there. And the third official straight away raising his flag there and clear as day offside.
I don't think that could be argued.
That makes it more interesting.
Hey, our Taunton colleagues are saying, can they swap the referee with the assistant? Well, to be fair, the assistant hasn't done anything wrong this afternoon, but it's frustrating. As I said, as sort of club's president, I've got to be careful in criticising match officials. But like anybody, when they get it wrong, it is frustrating. It is.
Well, Adam Parks with a floated ball. It found the head of Dan Wood, and he looked to glance backwards Ashley Yearwood just was a little too late there to react and couldn't get on the end of that pass. But once again, Gosport, you could see what they were doing. Dan Wooden, quite smart there, flicking it back, just no end product or anyone on to get on the end of that pass there.
Yeah, and I'm just seeing Cam Murray's been sent out to warm up, and we've played 8 minutes of the second half. Taunton still leading by a goal to 0, James.
And it's Moulding coming down this right-hand channel. It was Joe Morrison looking to pressure him, and Smith, he did look to go forward there. I thought he was just going to take a snapshot, but in the end, switching it out wide into Hodgkinson in the left-hand channel. And they're coming down. Bennett's got hold of the possession now. Parenton looking to chip a ball in. It finds Rice Leatherby, who does control it well. Left of the penalty box. He has now got options arriving in the box. But Leatherby, he's going to go alone. And in the end, runs it out of play. And it will go out for a Gosport goal kick. Adam Parks will be happy with that one. Well defended, though. Just jockeying and making sure it went out of play.
Very well defended, because I thought a few seconds earlier we could be in a spot of bother with that. But no, Gosport have survived. Now they've got another opportunity to go again and build something.
Joe Morrison starting out this attack as he plays a through ball, and it's going to find a run of Ashley Yearwood. Or never mind, just a little bit too heavy hit there. But great awareness there from Grims to get on the end of that pass, just to ensure Ashley Yearwood could not. Now with Dutchy Hollins on the edge of his own box, switching it across into Finney Walsh-Smith. We said it a fair bit within the first half. Finney Walsh-Smith, he has created a lot of the chances so far.
840.
And we have just found out the attendance here at the AI Stadium. So 840. Good attendance.
One of our best of the season.
Yeah, I would have said so. Yeah, not bad at all. Obviously, it looks like there's a lot of fans within the stadium. Ball has been floated forward into skipper Dan Wooden, though. Dan Wooden playing it across into Ashley Yearwood. He's got Harry Lee on the overlap, and now Harry Lee's coming down this left-hand channel, left of the penalty box, and in acres of space. He's got Dutchy Hollins behind him, but Harry Lee going for the cross, sitting towards the back stick, and Alfie Stanley just can't make a big enough connection to the ball. Once again, a fantastic ball there from Harry Lee, and Alfie Stanley, the ball just narrowly evaded him, and you would have had to think if one little bit of contact was made, Alfie Stanley would have been on the goal sheet there.
One of our season's best, that. One off.
So far, we're doing better than we were in the FA Trophy. Shut up. We're not having that.
Gents,
And Alfie Stanley with a ball
8-4-1,
outside of the
8-4-1.
centre circle, passing it into Dan Wooden. And Ashley Yearwood's also trying to chase it down. And in the end, losing possession there. And Jeremy, like we were just saying there, great opportunity for Gosport to find the equaliser there through Harry Lee's great cross.
Absolutely, and Harry Lee's.
There's another one that's going to sink into the wall.
I'm not even going to start describing that, but yeah, Harry Lee, he's at the centre of some good moves, and that was another one. Right, James is tweeting, so I'll help him out. So Taunton starting to build. This is the mullet of Smith in the middle, easily recognisable, but he's been caught. Ashley Yearwood now in possession for Gosport, managed to find Wooden, but Gosport now slipping the ball out to Lee on the left-hand side. Now Ashley Yearwood back into play, just about 10 yards outside the penalty area. Tarbuck, who swips it out to the right-hand side, and Kavanagh. And now Harry Kavanagh just trying to find that killer pass to Fannion. Can he get it in there? And the shot is straight at the goalkeeper, who has a relatively straightforward save to make, but it's back out with Kavanagh. Gosport not done yet. Finley Walsh-Smith towards the centre circle, but Gosport have the opportunity with Taunton penned in a little bit just to try and apply some more pressure. But again, it's got to be that final pass, and that wasn't the best. But Fannion does try and keep it in play. He wins a throw on the far side. 12 minutes of the second half gone. Gosport 0, Taunton 1 it remains. Gosport with the throw, just dropping it short to Tarbuck. Kavanagh the taker. Tarbuck once more, just switching it back. And Walsh-Smith, as he has done all afternoon, very calming possession. Never looks flustered for a young man of his age, James. You wouldn't think it.
Yeah, just looks so cool under pressure. And another man who has looked very cool under pressure today is Harry Lee. So he passes back into Joe Morrison, and now Ashley Yearwood just nutmegs Hodgkinson there, and Gosport doing well to keep it in possession. Dutchy Hollins, one of the new players of our management trio, switching it into Harry Kavanagh. Kavanagh whipping in a ball, and it finds Stanley. Diving good comes out to punch it away. And then in the end, it finds Hodgkinson nicely, who might be able to counter here. Passing it into Rice Leatherby, back into Hodgkinson. Dutchy Hollins sticks out a leg, and in the end, he can't get on the end of it. But Ashley Yearwood nearly winning Gosport back possession again. Once again, another ball greatly whipped in, but good defending there from Josh Good, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, really well taken for him. Just punched it. A good firm punch there, ending the threat. Now, Gosport are being a little bit more dogged now. They're quicker to closing Taunton down than they have been, which is important as we go into the last third of this game.
Yeah, definitely. And well, Taunton, they might have a good chance to add a second to that list. As Rice Leatherby, the goal scorer, he's on the edge of the box, flicks it back into Nilsson. Nilsson did go down. The referee has given a Gosport foul there, and I do agree with the referee with that one. It looked like Nilsson went down way too easily there.
Yeah, it went down a little too easily, but they do get a corner.
Yeah.
It's funny how, players' reactions will tell you a lot when you're watching a game of football. And nobody protested, not one.
I don't even think
But
many of the Taunton
when
players
you
did.
had the incorrect decision with the corner in the first half, everybody protested. And that tells you a lot.
But then again, surely the referee must pick up on those signals as well.
Too late. He's made his decision. He can't backtrack then.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, good point.
Too late.
Taunton with this corner. What can they make from this? It's whipped in towards the near post. It finds the head of Dutchy Hollins, and it has gone into, I can't remember who that is, but I think that's Molden. Molden, edge of the box, looking to cut inside of Yearwood, whips in the ball. It's been nodded away by Joe Morrison, and on the follow-up, Finley Walsh-Smith hacks it away. Alfie Stanley is trying to charge down a ball, and it has gone back into Gosport possession. Harry Kavanagh looking to head it into Samuel Farnan, just a fraction too far in front of him, seeing Grimes hack it forward deep inside this Gosport half, and Finley Walsh-Smith has gone down, also tussling down Rice Leatherby with that.
We're making a change.
So there will be a Gosport change coming on.
Henry.
Yeah, Henry Spalding coming on, a great player. 4 assists in these last 2 games says it all. Will be trying to get either another assist or his first Gosport goal.
The attendance out. Oh, it's too late.
I was going to say players, yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait for the next breaking play because the sub's going to come next because they're getting Spalding ready.
Rashi Yearwood, he's coming down the left, escaping Molden. Doing well, just holding his man, using his strength. And now Dutchy Hollins with his orange boots looks to play a good cross into Dan Wooden. Dan Wooden's chasing it down, brings it down nicely. Can he get across his shot? Oh, tried to pull it back into Alfie Stanley there. And in the end, Jones got on the end of it. And good defending there from Taunton. I think it was Grimes holding Dan Wooden's shirt there. So in the end, did just enough to put the striker off his shot.
Did his job.
I was going to say, brilliant
story.
defending.
He's done his job. Gosport sub is on its way, James.
Imminent, I would say now.
Yeah, it'll be Henry Spalding.
Right, who off for him?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it?
To be honest, I'm not sure if I would have made a change so far. Admittedly, Henry Spalding's a fantastic player. But so far, it does look like what is working at the moment.
I'm waiting for it.
By the looks of it, there won't be a change just at the moment. Although I can see Spalding coming on. Yeah,
they called Goulding in. Spalding in. They've called him in, and he'll be ready shortly, I suspect.
And this is a good run there from Nilsson on the far side, but lost possession there to Kavanagh. Now Kavanagh's coming down this right-hand channel. He's got Stanley and Yearwood both running in towards the box, but passes back into Tarbart. Tarbart looks up, flicks in a ball, and Stanley goes toppling down.
Strong case.
I'm very shocked how the referee not blowing for a penalty there.
That was a strong case for a penalty there. Wouldn't say it was clear cut, but there was a strong case for a penalty there.
Well, it was Alfie Stanley who was brought down, and I think even our Taunton colleagues, they said it's a penalty, and I 100% agree.
And Mark Summerhill's now having a chat with the assistant referee.
I don't understand how that's not a penalty.
That was a bit. But okay, it's gone now, so Gosport need to get on with it.
Free kick, neither, but he would come free kick across. Headed away by Bennett.
Well, Stanley got hold of the ball, and Tarbuck flicks it over the head of Smith into Kavanagh. Kavanagh looking to loop in a ball. He's going to go for a cross. Dan Wooden tussling for a ball. Can it trickle back into Yearwood? It can't, but it falls kindly to Dutchy Hollins. Hollins brings it down, passing it into Yearwood. Yearwood looks up. He's going to pass back into Tarbuck, the former Havant and Waterlooville man, brushing a ball back into Harry Lee. Harry Lee, he's had one fantastic cross in the game, narrowly evading Alfie Stanley. Can he produce another great cross here? By Jeremy, returning back to that penalty incident, in my opinion, I thought it looked like a Stonewall penalty. With
very, very strong claims for a penalty there, James. And it literally has got everyone's. If you're of a yellow and blue persuasion, then yes, it certainly had your goat. But as I say, we can't dwell on it too much. It's gone now. But Gosport must sort of take a step up. Now we are waiting for this substitution to take place. So I've got one eye on the dugout area. And at the moment on the pitch, the ball's up, spending a lot of time up in the air, a lot of head tennis between the two teams, but nothing really substantial to talk to you about. But here's Gosport now. Stanley slips it out to the right-hand side. Kavanagh arrives. Here's a good chance. Kavanagh, is he going to try and shoot? Or was it Yearwood? Yearwood's dispossessed. He waited. He needed too much time.
And I suppose that's one of them where you just have to almost snap at it rather than just letting time tick down. As Gosport, we still got hold of possession. And so far, within the second half, within the first 18 minutes, it's just been all Gosport. Taunton haven't had really any good chances. And Gosport might be able to force another good chance here. It's Ashley Yearwood. He's got the ball 25 yards away from goal, passing it into Kavanagh. And Gosport just playing nice passes around, tantalising this Taunton defence. Dutchy Hollins ball, though, it has been well read by Grimes, who headers it away only as far as Kavanagh. Kavanagh passing it back into Fanian right in the penalty box. Fanian, with his green boots, looks to try and beat the run of Hodgson there on the far side. Passes back into Kavanagh and back into Fanian. Fanian has Yearwood approaching him and goes for that pass into Yearwood. Yearwood right at the penalty box as he passes back into Kavanagh. Kavanagh playing a good through ball there into Fanian, trying just to add a little bit more urgency down the right-hand channel. But in the end, it did result with number 15, which is Nielsen, winning back the ball. As Dutchy Hollins floats another ball back into Dan Wooden. Wooden flicks it over into Yearwood. Brilliantly brought down by Yearwood. Can Yearwood get across the shot? He can't as he passes into Stanley. Stanley going for a shot, and it takes a vital deflection there from Matthews. And you can slowly feel the AOL Stadium is starting to get a lot more happening here. There will be a change, and it will be Samuel Fanian coming off, and in his return it's going to be Henry Spalding coming on. There will be a Gosport corner, so Spalding will be coming on for this corner.
It's not happening yet.
Oh, he's not.
No, they're having the corner first.
Yeah, Gosport going to let this.
So I don't know if you've seen it.
Fanian has gone.
Oh, he has come off. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport Borough substitution coming on number 12, Henry Spalding, replacing number 10, A.O. Fanian.
And to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised Spalding isn't taking this corner with his excellent attributes when it comes to crossing.
Well, perhaps he might just.
Well, it's gone short into Spalding. Speaking of it, on the edge of the box, Spalding whips in a ball, finds Joe Morrison, who can't flick it back. But in the end, I do like that change. Spalding coming on adds a lot of like I say, crossing attributes, and so far added a lot of crosses. But equally, I think Fanian's had a good game.
Yeah, he has. I think it's his physicality that causes opponents difficulty. But now we're going into the last 25 minutes of this game. What we need is a little bit more productivity, and Spalding's the man to give it to us.
Getting a warm reception coming off there, Fanian.
Another change.
Okay, what we got? What we got is one of theirs this time, I suspect.
Yeah, I think it could be one of theirs.
Yeah, we've got 10.
It's going to be their number 10.
Number 10.
Owen Brain coming on, Newton's coming on full. We're waiting to see, I would say Hodgson. Oh, well, Hodgson's been pretty solid.
Drum roll.
Let's see if he's going to turn it around for us to see this time.
Let's hope they do, because it makes my life easier.
No,
come on.
Turn around.
Turn around.
15's gone.
So Nielsen.
So Jaden Nielsen. Ladies and gentlemen, Taunton Town substitution coming on number 10, Owen Brain, replacing number 15, Jaden Nielsen.
And Jeremy, do you just feel like that's the case of bringing on fresh legs there?
Yes. This game is so finely in the balance.
It is.
A little tweak here and a little tweak there from both management teams, and we'll see where that takes us, really. We have got sort of 20 minutes to go, just over. And you finished?
Nearly just uploading that bit.
Okay, so at the moment, on the action's over on the far side in front of the Harry Mizzen stand, and Gosport get the throw. It's taken quickly. You're back?
Yeah, back.
Good. Okay.
As Tarbuck passes back into Joe Morrison. And Jeremy, despite being 1-0 down, I have to say, it's actually been quite an interesting game so far. Tactical-wise, definitely.
Yeah, it's intriguing. That, you know, the management are tweaking rather than making wholesale changes, as we've seen in recent games. But make no mistake, Gosport have still got a lot of work to do if they want to get a result out of this game, James.
Yeah, definitely. And just the referee calling for a foul there within the centre circle. Gosport going to have to be defending this one. But then I suppose as well, at the same time, Taunton, avidly, they could pretty easily just sit back and defend now. Do you sit back and defend, or do you look for seconds?
Dangerous game to play. Dangerous game to play. And I don't think that's entered Rich Loughlin's head, the Taunton manager. I don't think he's thinking like that at all.
And the cross was just edging towards their Hodgkinson, whilst being brought down by Brain before eventually being flicked away by Gosport, before eventually being put back into the deadly area there by Matthews. And by the looks of it, it's Purrington who got on the end of it, acting as a more left mid role now since Brain has come on. Hodgkinson swiping back out into Brain, that substitute. Brain on the far side, can he escape the run of Kavanagh? He can't, as he instead cuts back inside into Hodgkinson by the looks of it. And Smith is going for a shot, taking a ricochet. And Gosport, can they counter here? Yearwood leading the line, and he passes it into Dutchy Hollins. Hollins across into Kavanagh. Kavanagh now coming down this right-hand channel. Gosport body slowly flurrying forward as Tarbuck looks to switch it into the far channel into Harry Lee. Lee brings it down nicely, the number 17. He's got options left, right, and in front of him, but instead goes back into Bradley Tarbuck. Tarbuck switching it into Kavanagh, and once again, a lovely pass and an even better first touch as Kavanagh looks to drill in a ball. Instead finds Bennett as it ricochets out. Kavanagh does well to keep hold of Gosport possession, passing it into Spalding. Spalding hasn't really had too much to say since coming on. Let's flick it into Dan Wooden, but well read there by Matthews, and Harry Lee instantly winning back. And very resolute so far, winning back, putting bodies in, and Stanley going for a shot. Oh! That is a fantastic save to keep it out. Once again, getting down low to make his save. It was almost like he grappled it, got a hand to it before eventually just getting on top of it. Good shot though from Alfie Stanley, even to get it across, I thought.
Yeah, he shaped to shoot there, didn't he? And that was just going to sort of just swerve inside that far post, and the keeper needed a couple of goes at getting it, but get it he did, and that's kept Gosport out. So Taunton still leading by a goal to nil here with 20 minutes remaining. Here the lights are on, the sunlight is fading, the daylight is fading fast. Gosport on the counter attack with Harry Lee down the left hand side. Yearwood's come to help him on the left. He cuts inside. Yearwood's going to just shape to shoot, is it? But it's tame. It has no power, and it's an easy one for Josh Gould to just scoop up. The Gosport Borough substitution is imminent, and we think it will be Jamar Smith.
Oh, I like that change.
So we will have to see who that will be for. But yes, that's not the best goal kick there from Gould, and Gosport mop up. But it's still, the ball has still travelled all the way back to Joe Morrison. Now, Gosport, they can't afford to be this pedestrian now. They're just playing it around like it's Sunday morning football. But really and truthfully, a little bit more urgency is needed now. Finwall Smith spread the ball out to the right-hand side. Kavanagh. And Spalding just now looking for the run of Stanley. Here he is. And he's being jockeyed and held up, and that's well defended by Taunton. But Gosport aren't done yet. Spalding once more, just on the edge of the area, but he has 3 sky blue shirts, just making sure he hasn't got the room he needs to work. Effective defending again from the visitors, James.
Bradley Tarbuck now on the ball, midway inside Taunton's half, passing it into Dan Wooden back into Bradley Tarbuck. And I have to admit, Taunton, they're compiling bodies back, and it's working so far. Making sure Gosport can't get out nice. But instead Dutchy Hollins flicks it through into Alfie. Looks like that was a handball. Once again, the referee doesn't give it.
I think that was probably not. Obviously, a lot of the fans would say that it was.
Harry Lee flicking it into Alfie Stanley. Stanley whipping in a ball. Oh, well read there by Tom Smith, who passes it back into his goalkeeper. Josh Good there.
I think the second opportunity was the better one for Gosport there, James. Definitely. Here's the sub.
Jamar Smith going to be coming on, and in his replacement, it's going to be Alfie Stanley. I'm surprised at that. Stanley coming off.
Yeah, I don't think he's seen it.
It's interesting.
He's still out there.
Yeah, I'm shocked at that, to be honest.
I don't think he's seen it. Oh, we've got an injury going on, that's why. Substitution isn't happening, so I'll get the attendance out. Ladies and gentlemen, the official attendance at the AEI Stadium this afternoon is 841. 841. 841. Thank you very much for your support.
into a more attacking position. You would think
Alfie hasn't come off yet.
No, they're not making the change. He's gone back under. He's gone back underneath.
So yeah, but to be fair, I don't understand
they're
that
gonna make
substitution at all. Jamal Smith coming on
this
there
is
for
right,
Alfie
needs that
Stanley.
help again.
But we're still just trying to work out all these substitutions and the
Well, I don't
changes
think
being
it's
made.
happening yet, James.
I don't
Though Taunton are making one.
But it's going to be number 17, Harris Felton coming on, and he needs replacement.
But for who?
I was going to say, I'm guessing they're going to let them take
Oh,
this.
Jack Rice is off, is he?
Well, he's off the pitch at the moment. We don't know if
Oh, Jeremy, another Gosport substitution,
All right, well,
so they will be making
Yeah,
that
okay. I need to just keep an eye.
Turn the ball around, please.
Board, please.
change.
Board, please. What have you got?
Look like
Burrington's come on.
Right, what have we got, gents? I can't see. What?
Tom Burrington's coming off.
Burrington.
You need to talk to your guy.
He's not the kit man. It's a different guy every time.
Okay. Taunton Town substitution coming on number 17, Harris Feltham. Replacing number 7, Tom Purrington.
We are.
well, I thought, so it's rather than Smith coming on, instead it's going to be Joe Cope coming on. Once again, I hardly doubt it's going to be Stanley coming off, but after the original signal towards the press box, maybe it will be Stanley coming off. And once again, the 11 has been flashed to
Yeah,
us.
Jake Cope's now coming on. Cope's coming on. He's ready to go. So we'll have to see where that leads, and if indeed Jamal Smith will come on.
But yeah, I'm baffled by that substitution, if I'm still being completely honest. I feel like Alfie Stanley's got a lot to offer
Yeah,
to this game.
he's been the main threat for the last 15-20 minutes. Taking him off, I think, would be a very poor decision, if I'm honest. Whereas I don't think Dan Wooden's had the best afternoon.
No. Well,
And
I
that's
feel
not
like-
it's not a bad reflection on him. He's just been very, very well marshalled and well marked by the Taunton defence.
Well, we need more striker who can just burst at this Taunton defence rather than a Dan Wooden sort of play.
I think you've got to look at the tactics that Luffman's employed for Taunton. Yearwood's been closely marked. Wooden's been closely marked. That's left Stanley with a bit of room.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
look here now. You look at the two twin threats. There's Taunton shirts all around them. They're not being given any space to operate there. Here we go.
Well, the substitution will be Alfie Stanley coming off, and it will be Jake Cope coming on.
Stanley. Here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport Borough substitution. Coming on number 14, Jake Cope. Replacing number 11, Alfie Stanley.
So shocked at that, Jeremy.
A little bit. I must be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, definitely be a talking point in the post-match interview
Well, it
today.
depends how the game pans out, but Stanley was posing a threat.
Is that,
So I can only assume this is a change in formation, James, now.
see, I think it may be we're trying to hit more crosses into a Dan Wooden, and when Dan Wooden, he's better aerial come, and so far we definitely have seen a fair share of crosses. Jake Cope will probably be in that area where he's going to be drilling in crosses. So
think
that's
they're
my
waiting
only
for
train of thought.
A ball, because the game's at an absolute standstill.
No,
with
no,
quarter
just
of an hour
waiting for a
left.
free kick.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, the referee's having a chat with Tarbuck. I've seen that.
Well, we've had so many substitutions to cover within the last 10 minutes. I think you can
Yeah,
understand
it happens. Remember the famous sort of 5-in-1 substitution?
that was
against
easy.
Winchester.
Yeah, we're going for a shot.
Good save.
Not as good as the one against Hungerford, but
No.
it still forces good to tip it over.
Yeah, Gould, that was straight at Josh Gould there, and he just had to tip it over, but it was on target, and
definitely.
you can't argue with that.
Well, it's going to be Tarbuck taking this corner by the looks of it once again. Can Gosport make anything from this corner? Maybe Jake Cope can be the instant impactor. Someone
Oh,
has gone
okay.
down within the Taunton box. It was, by the looks of it, Finley Walsh-Smith bringing down the substitute there, which I think is Feltham.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on in there amongst that sort of. There's a very tight group of players around that penalty spot, and but it's just it just delays the corner from being taken.
Well, it's going to be taken by Bradley Tarbuck as he loops in a ball. It's being cleared away, but it's going to fall as far as Harry Kavanagh. Harry Kavanagh, 25 yards out, brushes the ball across into Kavanagh by the looks of it. Kavanagh with a long ball. It can't be gathered by Good, but he reclaims it. Hey, he can't. As it's Jordan, it's gone in the back of it. Surely that's
Wait.
I don't know what's
I don't
going
think he's
on.
given it. I don't think he's given it, is he?
No, I think he has given it. The referee has given a yellow card to Good. Nobody really knows what happens, but the ball has been bundled in the back of the net. Surely that is a Gosport goal. Nobody really knows what is going on. We're going to have to get word from the official dugout. I think it was Joe Morrison there who bundled it in the back of the net. I think it was Joe Morrison who
trying to
bundled
figure
it.
out who got the goal.
It was
No, but so I've sent my man to check.
It was either Joe Morrison or Dutchy Hollins, definitely they bundled it back in. But I just don't know what happened. Josh Good looked absolutely furious for that.
To play, so it's going to be 78.
Yeah, but the Taunton defender, he just went and grappled the ball out the back of his own net. I couldn't understand what was going on. I don't think Mark Summerhill, our manager today, knows what's going on. Once again, that is such a confusing goal there, Jeremy. A very...
But if you have 2 hands on the ball, it's your ball. Well, the game has restarted, and it is Gosport 1.
Morrison.
So it was Morrison. Yeah. Admittedly, it was a very scrappy goal, but we will take it any day.
Yeah. Right, I've just had a signal up. That Morrison's been given it.
Right.
Yeah, that's yeah, okay, that's fine.
And Gosport might have a chance to get a second.
Just a second.
Ashley Yearwood left in the penalty box looking to cut inside. He does brilliant skill work to get a ball across it. Forces a good save there from Good. On the rebound, Cope shoots towards goal. There's a lot of appeals for a handball. And once again, I think the referee's mucked that up there. It did look like a clear handball, in my opinion. As Harry Kavanagh threads a free ball into Spalding. Spalding looks to whip in a ball. Can it find Ashley Yearwood? It can't. Gosport going for a goal. Dodgy Hollins with a shot and it's hit over on a half volley.
Yeah. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, following a goal check, I can confirm that the Gosport Borough equaliser scored on 78 minutes was scored by number 5, Joe Morrison.
Yeah, it was definitely.
We think. I don't think Danny's happy with that. No, well, that's what I've been told.
Yeah, that's the signal.
And that's come from the bench, so yeah, go with that.
But if you look at the faces of all the Taunton players, they're absolutely fuming, saying the ball was kicked out of the goalkeeper's hands. Obviously, when I see the replay, I can't see. No, it's hard one to look at.
A big one on the highlights there.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't really know this referee wouldn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. No, that goal was chaos. Absolute chaos. But James is sweeting. But yeah, you'll forgive the pause in commentary, listeners. But yeah, that goal was as chaotic as the game, really.
Well, I don't
any
even
one
know
of
how to
5
describe
players,
it,
any
yeah.
one of 5 players could have laid claim to that. But following an extensive goal check, Morrison gets it.
And they still get it wrong.
I'm glad Morrison's got it. He doesn't often score. Was definitely happy with your announcement there. Lifted his hands in the air.
Yeah, he was
I think he
happy with
enjoyed
it, wasn't he?
Yeah, fair enough to Morrison. Though. Yeah, very well. Like you said, it goes
Right,
back to
change,
that
sorry,
cliche
change for
saying.
Taunton. Change for Taunton. The referee's just indicated there's a substitution due because I think this lad here is not coming back
I was
on.
going to say I can't see who that is.
Moulding
Yeah,
Yeah, the referee's done that. The referee's indicated that.
So it's going to be Moulding coming off, and in his replacement, we don't quite know who it is. It's going to be number 5 coming on.
Right, so 5 is 5 off.
No, 5's on.
5
Yeah.
on. 5 on.
What? This makes me laugh. The ref said that we need to do a sub. The lino run away. The lino said no, you've got to wait till the ref.
Right.
The ref told us to do it.
So is that Moulding off then?
Yeah, I think Moulding should be off. We assume Moulding is going to come off, and then Jack Matthews is going up.
It'd be nice if we could see the ball.
I think it's Moulding coming off, and yeah, in his return, it looks like Woodhouse will be coming on.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
He still doesn't know what he's doing, does he?
So Woodhouse is on. Moulding is on.
We haven't even seen the board. Come on.
No board.
They just said,
I think we might as well just give up at this
Right,
point with the board.
So
It's definitely Woodhouse
we're
coming
saying
on.
Moulding
I
off.
just said
Moulding
Moulding
off
off.
and
Yeah.
Woodhouse on.
Okay, we'll go with that. If I'm wrong,
There's
this is-
the board.
There's the
I
board.
still can't see it.
Still, well, that-
I saw a 12. I saw a
The
12.
joys of being a non-league commentator.
Ladies and
But Adam
gentlemen,
Parks has the ball inside his own box, looks to flick it into Ashley Yearwood. Yearwood narrowly can't keep it in play as it does go out for a Taunton throw just beside Mark Summerhill's new dugout. the new Gosport manager that is obviously replacing Pat and Joe since coming in, you do have to wonder what he will be thinking of this game. Admittedly, Gosport, I think we have had the better of it. Did we deserve to go back on level terms with that goal? I'm not so sure.
Well, I think in terms of the pressure that Gosport have applied,
I think we deserved the goal, but
Yeah,
not through
but
that way.
Oh, come on!
Well, I'll tell you what, the referee missed that completely. That was
a
a
clothesline. I've seen.
yeah.
Do you
the
think he's
referee
just starting to lose the
completely
grip of
missed
this game now, the
that. Yeah,
referee?
the referee completely missed that. That was a clear foul there in Taunton's favour and was missed. But unfortunately, the officials had that kind of a game this afternoon.
Well, to be fair, I would say, if anything, it's more or less worked out in our favour so far. All the weird appeals today, it's just lacked that real constancy. And Gosport back on the attack is actually Yearwood flicks it into Kavanagh. Kavanagh now coming down this right-hand channel. He's got Spalding in front of him. He's also got Yearwood on the overlap. Yearwood going for a pass in the goal deck. Narrowly evades down William, but forced to Spalding. Spalding teeing it up for Bradley Tarbuck. Tarbuck going to go for a shot and once again drilled over the crossbar. Oh, I think Bradley Tarbuck, as Jeremy alluded to earlier, I think he thinks he's a rugby player today.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. It was a good opportunity. That 7 minutes to go, one apiece. There will be a lot of stoppage time at the end of this, though, James. We know we've had injuries and substitutions galore. But one apiece, it's very, very finely
Well, I'll
balanced.
tell you what, I'm really enjoying this game so far.
It's actually an enjoyable game. Yeah, it is. It is. There's a lot to like.
Yeah.
There's a lot to like.
Well, Taunton, they just had the goal kick. It's been well kept in play there by their number 14, Matthews. Gosport, I think they've got hold back of the possession. Currently, the ball is pinballing between the two sides. As the latest one, Bennett hacks it into the Gosport half. One back by Gosport as Kavanagh looks to start counter-attack. A lovely flip back from Yearwood allows the 1-2 to happen. As Kavanagh, he's still coming forward as he looks for options beside him. As he passes back into Harry Lee. Harry Lee now coming down this left-hand channel. He's got Spalding running towards him. He's got Dutchy Hollins behind him. As Spalding playing a lovely through ball into Lee. And Lee just doesn't have enough pace to get on the end of that pass. But Jeremy, it just feels like everyone in the AOS Stadium, it just feels as though a second goal is coming now.
Yeah, Gosport have got the momentum with them at the moment, and there's 6 minutes of stoppage, normal time plus stoppages to come. So it's all to play for. You know, this is so finely balanced, but Gosport definitely have the momentum. And if the game goes with momentum, then yes. But
Harry Lee flicking it over into Dan Wooden. Wooden nods it back into Yearwood. Yeah, as Jeremy said, Dan Wooden did well to salvage that. And now Harry Kavanagh in this right-hand channel passes it back into Tarbuck. Despite a ricochet, it still has worked onto Tarbuck as he passes back into Harry Lee, midway inside Taunton's half. Dutchy Hollins looks up. He passes into substitute Jake Cope. Jake Cope looking to get the better of Jones, and he does get the better of Jones, whipping in a ball, but it finds Tom Smith, who has to clear it away. But that clearance is going to fall as far as Dutchy Hollins, who will be taking a quick throw, passing it back into goal scorer Joe Morrison. Morrison looks up, passing it into Harry Lee. Harry Lee passing it back into Joe Morrison. All the Gosport fans calling for the players just to move the ball forward. And Gosport seem to be doing so at the moment as Dutchy Hollins looks to chip a ball forward into Dan Wooden. Wooden flicks it back, trying to connect it with a run of Asher Yearwood.
I'm not sure if that was intentional, James. I think he tried to control it and it just clipped the back of his boot. But
it looks good, though.
Yeah, it looked good, but I don't think it's quite what he intended to do.
But Bradley Tarbuck now coming down the right. He leaves it for Spalding. Spalding, the second substitute in this game, passes back into Harry Kavanagh, his fellow right-hand sided player. Back into Spalding. Spalding looks up. He's got all yellow bodies around him, but equally he has got a lot more blue bodies around him as Spalding controls it well, getting past Sprain, the Taunton substitute. And now Yearwood, he's on the ball. Edge of the box, playing a through ball into Kavanagh. Kavanagh looks up. He chips in a ball. Can Cope get a header on it? He flicks it back. It's going to fall to Dan Wooden inside the box. Hollins teeing up a shot, but instead goes for a pass, and it has ricocheted out for a Gosport corner. And this Stadium, the stand that we're currently sitting in the press box, it's really starting to get loud. And as we keep saying, it does feel like a second goal is coming.
Yeah, 3 minutes left of normal time, folks. One apiece. It's interesting stuff.
A corner has been taken into Jake Cope. Jake Cope might be lining up a shot, but in the end passes into Kavanagh. Kavanagh looks up, back into Cope. Cope looks up. He's going to go for a cross into the far channel, which is well controlled there by Kavanagh. Kavanagh whipping it into Dan Wooden. Oh, no! And how close is that for Gosport? Every player with their hands on their head. Gosport can't believe just how close they have come with that.
Dan Wooden against the post, and then it was cleared. So Gosport have a corner. Well, they've got all the momentum now, haven't they? Taunton, everyone back behind the ball. They have 2 minutes left. And here comes the corner. The keeper claims it ever so well, though. You've got to give Gould a lot of credit. He sort of rose tall there and made the claim to end the threat. But Gosport have all the momentum behind them as James tweets that incident to our many followers on X. The kick taken by Gould, long, high. But Morrison imposing and with his tail up after having scored, deals with that fairly straightforwardly. Taunton are pressing once more. It's a long ball forward there from Jones, but and now Matthews tries to compete. Gosport, here they go again. Yearwood held up there by the Flamehead captain Tom Smith, but possession is conceded. And Taunton, I was going to say, come forward. A free kick given there against Yearwood, who receives a yellow card.
Well, went sliding in there, probably deserved it. But...
yeah, that was a bit late and a little bit untimely, that challenge, I'm afraid, from Asher. So now Taunton have a chance to sort of stem the Gosport flow of attacks and put together one of their own. So are you back?
Yeah, but to sum it up, I don't think Taunton have actually had a chance within the second half so far.
Not a clear
so
cut
just
one,
testament
but
to how... I don't want to jinx anything.
No, but then don't say it.
The commentators goes,
Don't say it.
I think we've already had that one
you
instant
did
last
that last
season.
time.
I can't remember what game it was now. Let's hope Gosport can just defend it here as Taunton with the free kick. It is launched in towards the back stick. Joe Morrison eventually clears it before Finley Will-Smith hits it high into the sky, and it's well controlled there by Ashley Yearwood, who knocks it back into Jake Cope. Jake Cope coming down this left-hand channel, evades Woodhouse, the substitute, as he passes back into Wooden. Wooden flicks it into the sky, just allowing Taunton players to slowly flurry back. Spalding doesn't even know where the ball is at the moment because the ball, it is high into the air before eventually it's fell from there, who smacks it deep into the Gosport half. Controlled well there by Kavanagh, and it's back into Finley Will-Smith. Now Joe Morrison, the goal scorer for Gosport, who did get that equaliser. But Gosport are desperately looking for that second goal now. 1 minute of normal time left to play. It's all equal. A goal apiece for both teams. Gosport definitely looking for that second. Kavanagh in this right-hand channel, passing it into Spalding. Spalding playing the pass into Yearwood. Yearwood trying to flick it back into Kavanagh. Kavanagh couldn't see the run.
Word's just gone. Sorry, James. The word at the stoppage time's just gone to the bench from the assistant. And John Aberley is getting the board prepared. So we're about to find out, because we are into stoppage time now. The 90 minutes are up. We're going to find out now how much.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like 10 minutes.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll play until Tuesday.
Yeah, and we'll carry on Tuesday. Yeah, let's all get on a coach and just go back and do it now.
Taunton with a thrown on the far side. It's been headed over by Hodgkinson. It falls as far as Joe Morrison, who flicks it into Dutchy Hollins. Hollins flicks it over his head, headed back by Downwood and into Ashley Yearwood. Yearwood can't control it as it has been hacked back in the still inside Taunton's own half. Gosport winning back possession in the far side before eventually Bennett got on the end of a clearance. And now Harry Lee getting on the end of that clearance and smashing the ball in. Downwood can't get on the end of Harry Lee's long hit pass. I bet we don't have any indication of additional time. We're still waiting
for it, but I don't think we're going to get it. And the referee's given a free kick there. And I thought that was a well done. And a yellow card. Wow.
For Tarbuck, yeah.
And I think that's
This ref does not know what he's doing.
No, I will admit the referee's not had the best game. He might sort of, when he sits down and thinks back on it, that one.
Well, I think even the Taunton manager, Richard Luffman, he's pointing, doing this clock emoji, raising two hands there. I don't know what is it.
We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is.
Well, I suppose it's just like cliche, play until the whistle now, as Ashley Yearwood has to head away from the danger zone. Tom Smith controls it. We know he loves a wonder goal. Can he get one here? He can't. It's Gosport doing resolute defending here within the final few minutes here at EAI Stadium. Harry Kavanagh, he's chasing down a lot of loose balls. There will be
the referee's indicated there will be a minimum of 7 minutes of added time. 7 minutes.
It's important just not to concede now, Jeremy.
Yeah, well, we've already had 2 of those, so in effect it's 5 minutes because we've already played 2 of the 7. But you sense now this game is absolutely there to be won by either side, because Taunton now are having a right old go.
Oh, it's on the knife edge of this game as Jake Cope wins back the ball. Dutchy Hollins is going to flick a ball on the outside of his boot into Spalding. Spalding chips it over. It's going to be chased down by Harry Kavanagh. He can't get on the end of it, and Spalding is going to let it go out of play as Gosport will have a throw in 5 yards inside Taunton's half, that is. As it's passed back into Finley Walsh-Smith. Now back into Adam Parks, the former Taunton goalkeeper. He lays it into Joe Morrison, the goal scorer. Joe Morrison looks up. He's got Harry Lee left of him, and Harry Lee does have Jake Cope in front of him, chooses that pass. And now Jake Cope might just have a chance to run at this Taunton defence. The Gosport number 14, can he turn into a Thierry Henry moment here? As Cope passes back into Lee. Lee looks up. He's going to drill in across. Can it find Dan Wooden? It can't, as it finds Grimes at the back post, who clears it as far as Dutchy Hollins. Hollins headers back into the danger zone. Falls kindly to the midfielders. He lays the ball back into Spalding. Spalding on the edge of the box looks up, chips the ball in. It's being headed away by Brain before eventually being hit high into the air by Hodgkinson. Chased down here by Bradley Tarbuck, who is now on a yellow card as he passes back into Harry Lee. The young Brighton loanee passing it into Jake Cope. Cope looks up, passing it into Yearwood. And Yearwood just can't get his feet sorted. Otherwise, it would have been a good good little play there into Lee, that would have been anyway. But in the end, nothing came of it. And Hodgkinson has won the ball against Joe Morrison. Hodgkinson looks up. He's going to pass it into number 14. But in the end, the ref, I don't know what's happened there. I thought the referee had blown up there. But in the end, Gosport gone back to possession.
I agree with that.
I'll tell you what, if this does end 1-1, it's probably a fair result.
Oh, I would say one apiece is definitely.
Yeah, I'd go along with that.
As much as I like the 3 points.
Joe Morrison with the ball, passing it into Lee. Lee does lose possession after a heavy touch there from Matthews, forces the young player down.
Substitution. Okay, who's making a change? Taunton. That's what you wanted, boys. For who, though?
Mendonca on.
You wanted this. You did. You said this. But for who?
Well, the player hasn't come on since breaking his leg, so it will be his first appearance back for a Taunton shirt.
Right, let's see if
and in his
turn the ball
replacement.
around.
What a nice sight this is for the young man there. Injured in pre-season.
And it's going to be Hodgson coming off by the looks of it.
Hodgson coming off.
11 off.
Coming off. And one of Taunton's own, Phil Mendonca coming on.
So Mendonca coming on in his replacement.
Mendonca hat-trick incoming.
Replacing number 11, Jacob.
And Jeremy, as the Taunton media team just said there, it's good to see him return, especially with that serious injury of breaking his leg.
Our Taunton colleagues were telling us about his injuries before the game. So, yeah, it's always nice to see any player come back from an injury such as that. He had a broken leg, I believe. So it's lovely to see any player come back to the game they love after a time out with injury.
Well, it looks like he's playing a more striker role. Even though we love seeing him back on the pitch, we do not want him to be scoring for Taunton later.
No,
on.
not ideally, not as far as we're concerned, no, but they would want that.
Well, Kavanagh coming down the right-hand channel, passing it into Asher Yearwood. Yearwood trying to escape the danger posed by Brain and doing better there than Brain, getting the possession. Gosport playing it in the right-hand channel. So Yearwood currently trying to turn, doing well enough to pass into Finley Walsh-Smith. Finley Walsh-Smith passing it into Kavanagh, back into Walsh-Smith. Gosport might just very well have one last attack left in them. It's Dutchy Hollins wins the ball. He's got Cope in front of him. He's also got Lee making a run in front of him. But instead, Cope looks to cut inside, whipping in a ball. It finds the head of Matthews, but it falls to Asher Yearwood at the back post. And Asher Yearwood doing well enough just to win Gosport a late corner.
This is the last chance. We've got less than a minute of the 7 added now. This will probably be Gosport's last chance if they are to win it.
Do you risk it and just bring all the players
No,
up?
you can't, because if Taunton catch you quick break, you're in all sorts of trouble.
I can get Harry Lee staying back with his pace, but I would definitely bring up Finley Walsh-Smith. It would be class if Adam Parks did score against his former team.
Yeah, there would be an irony in it, but it ain't. It's not going to happen.
Well, Tarbuck with a corner driven in. By the looks of it, Kavanagh's fighting for it, dueling for it. By the looks of it, Tarbuck headers it back into the danger zone, but has been cleared once again. Finley Walsh-Smith brings down the clearance, passing it back into the former Taunton goalkeeper, Adam Parks. And can Adam Parks somehow help Gosport steal a late 3 points against his former team?
I don't think so. A few seconds left. This is it. This is literally it now.
I don't think it's going to come to this now. It has gone back into the goalkeeper, Josh Good. The referee looking at his watch. Spalding is going to chase down this ball. But once again, I feel like a point is a good result for Gosport.
I think it's a nice result for the game we've watched, if I'm honest. We're now into the 8th minute, so any second now. That should be it now. That should be it.
Josh Kidd with the long kick. It's going to be chased down by Finney Walsh-Smith as Finney Walsh-Smith headers it back into Adam Parks.
He's
Adam
locked
Parks
his watch
looks
several
up.
times now.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're just waiting for that full-time whistle as Adam Parks bowls it into
No,
Joe Morrison.
still we go on.
Joe Morrison into Harry Lee. Harry Lee looks up into Dutchy Hollins. And the referee has blown his final whistle. So it has finished 1-1 here at the AI Stadium. The goal coming from Bryce Lefferby. That is a Taunton goal before eventually Gosport did capitalise through Joe Morrison, meaning the game has finished 1-1 here at the AI Stadium. In the end, a good result for Gosport. I feel like both teams will definitely be near the playoff position come the end of the season. And we will be playing Taunton once again this Saturday in the reverse fixture, so a lot to play for in that game as well, and a lot of tactics will be trialled in this game. But I feel like, Jeremy, definitely that's a fair share of the game, a point for both teams.
I'm actually really satisfied with that from a footballing perspective. I think the performance in both teams merits the draw. Both teams will also similarly be disappointed not to win it. They've both had chances, but yeah, I think anyone that would be going to the game back in Taunton on Tuesday will be really quite keen to. Be quite keen to see it based on today.
Well, I feel like there'll be a lot more confidence going into that game now, especially after that performance.
Yeah, I think so. What you've got is you've got 4 points in 2 games under the new management team now, and I think that's a solid point today. Maybe you could argue they should have won it, but at the end of the day, you're not always going to win these games. But you'll look back on this one as being quite entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at some of the scores in the Southern League before we eventually go, I'll try and load them up for you here. As the website's just taking a little while to load. Basingstoke do look like they will be holding the 3 points against Winchester, as they do lead 2-0 against Winchester in that one. Merthyr, they're goalless against Dorchester, and what a big point that could be for Dorchester in that one. Plymouth Parkway, they're currently 2-3 down against Swindon Supermarine, and in the final game in the Southern Premier League, Wimborne lead Marlow 3-1. Any short results there, Jeremy, for you?
Right, you'll have to show them again. No, Swindon fall back to win 3-2. Wimborne Marlow, no, not really. No, I wouldn't say that. Basingstoke, I would have expected to beat Winchester at home. That's a bit of a derby.
Yeah, definitely. Well, either way, a lot to play for in the Southern League, and we'll see you again. I'm not sure when our next home game is, but
2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time, so we'll see you in. But either way, it's been a brilliant day today, a crucial point, obviously made by Joe Morrison's late goal. And final words from us as always, up the Borough.
Well, hopefully it'll be a repeat of this game because it's been a good watch.